episode drops, it will be June 15th. Monday, June 15th. Oh, sorry, we dropping it in there. We did not have an episode last week, and we'll talk about that, as we kind of did. And got a lot of stuff to discuss on this pod. You guys know the Pinstripe Strong podcast. We're seriously serious about not taking this too serious. But don't take us too serious. There's going to be some jokes, especially at the expense of Manfred and possibly Larry Rothschild. Somehow, some ways entwined into this. We'll talk about all that and more. Pinstripe Strong.
Let's do this.
Drop the beat. Let's go. Hey, what's going on, y'all? Everybody in the Twitter universe or Twitch or
everybody in the 313, skibbity bee.
Put your hands up. Follow me. All right.
Put your hands up. Put your hands up. On my real life. Put your hands up.
Exactly. So you already
What's
know.
going on? What's going on?
What's up, chat?
Yeah, we're back. Another week. We're back. The kids are happy. Kids are very happy about this. And welcome to the Pinstripe Strong podcast. It is your boy, Jules McFly. Joined here by my two co-hosts,
Chris.
And
me.
Keith.
Keith McPherson, aka Keith McFly.
We got Keith in the house.
In the chat. I'm on the tweets right now, trying to get people in here before we start clowning.
Yeah, it's gonna be some clowning. There's gonna be some fun.
Ooh, you suck.
It's gonna be some stuff that we're gonna go ahead and talk about today.
We got a long list.
The airing of grievances and some people that have to take an L today. They probably know who they are because some people like to read headlines and not read actual context.
Yeah, like the actual article. The actual article.
We do have some voicemails.
We do.
And so we will have those. And if you guys have not already, feel free to leave us a voicemail, 347-389-4898.
As we are recording, we could actually play them. Or you could record your voicemail as we're recording the pod.
Yes, absolutely.
Who's live right now?
Yeah. So, guys, make sure you guys do leave us a review on iTunes. If you guys are listening to us right now, leave us a 5-star review, as it does help us. And we'll go ahead and drop some stuff. And so leave it a review on there, just talking about Pinstripe Strong podcast, stuff that we talk about, stuff like that, or whatever you want. You know, we'll definitely shout you out. We'll definitely read on there what's happening, and we'll talk about all that. But, you know, how are you guys doing today?
Are you, Keith?
All right, man.
Okay. All right.
Keith,
On to the next.
Yeah, Keith is setting it up right now on Twitter, getting everybody organized and everything.
Organized.
I'll start off. I'm doing pretty good. As I told you guys before we went live, I got the COVID testing done today.
How was that?
Uncomfortable. I could confirm that there wasn't a chip on there.
How do you know?
Everything is good. I don't know. Actually, I don't know. But it was okay. It was quick, 10 seconds in and out. Nothing too crazy. And obviously, I got to tell the Pinstripe Strong Army I'm going to be out for some time again. Because unfortunately, I'm going to have to get surgery again. So this will be my last episode for a while. But I'll be back. I'll still be checking on. I'll still be on Twitter.
Damn.
And
Quick little IL stint again, couple months.
Quick little IL stint. But hopefully this is the last one. This should be the last time that I have to go through this process here. But in good spirits, I'll be in good hands. And like I said, I'll be on Twitter. I'll be watching, listening, and adding my couple cents here and there.
Yankee Stadium closed, so you might as well.
Right, just do it now.
Might remain closed because some people can't come up with a
Exactly.
safe.
Yeah, but it looks like even without baseball, it looks like the rumors and the news and everything. It's a lot of action right now all over the place that has nothing to do with the actual game, which is horrible. But how about you guys? How about you? How you doing, Joe?
Well, things are going on here, and it just seems like every single time, like you ever watch Roadrunner and Coyote, and the Coyote paints on the wall a tunnel, and on the tunnel there's a light at the end of it, and for some reason only the Roadrunner can reach it. Whenever the whenever the freaking Coyote tries to go in there and try to reach that light at the end of the tunnel, and catches his Roadrunner, he hits the wall. And that's how I fucking feel right now. It just feels just to say, I feel like that Roadrunner that continuously sees the light at the end of the tunnel, like, okay, we might have baseball, blah, 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 blah. And then it starts to become, I was going to say exhausting, but I'd rather use the word nauseating, right? Because just hearing the same shit over and over again, Jake put up the perfect GIF where he said, I had the highway, right? Mm-hmm. And at the top had two, had the highway you're driving out, it shows you the exit sign. On the top, it says, negotiate a new deal in good faith, or negotiate the same deal, send the same exact proposals to the players only to get denied. And then you see the car kind of swerving, going out into that direction. And that's how it freaking feels, man. It just fucking sucks with that, man. And my man, my man Yamil dropped a freaking $20.
Hey, no wifing in the club. Give me $20.
Super chat. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for that. He says, Pinstripe,
thank you.
Puñeta, mofongo power. Okay.
I know exactly what that means. Thank you, brother.
Appreciate you. But
shout out to your mail, man.
Yeah, shout to your mail. So that's good, but it's like, it's unbelievable, bro. And there's people that are taking the owner side. I am not on that side.
Never.
I'll tell you that right now. I am not on that side at all, actually.
I mean, with the moves that they made with the TV contracts, you understand.
We'll get into that. We'll get into that.
But it's just crazy that how people can still see that and still take their side.
Word, like that's warning. But but guys, as we always are, make sure you guys understand. Pinstripe Strong is brought to you by JomboyMedia, as we are the spot for you. And Pinstripe Strong Podcast is out here right now, being very happy.
Follow us.
Follow Chris
McFly 28.
Follow Keith.
Just look it up, man. If y'all want to follow me, you can find me. It's not that hard.
We want Keith to get to 10K followers, at least on Instagram, so he can post links.
Just so I can add the link. Let's go. I'm not beast for followers, yo.
Yes, and you could follow me at Joe's McFly. I keep it very consistent across all platforms, even Twitch, as I'm playing a whole bunch of different games and doing stuff like that. So make sure you guys join up on there. Keep. All right.
Yeah, we're watching the PS5 event on Joe's Twitch.
All I gotta say about that event is,
shut up and take my money.
Just take my money, please. I am more than happy.
It's 700 plus tax, right? So
I don't give a shit what the hell it is. It could be a kidney.
Yeah, it's already in there. Yeah, it's already in the bag. It's already in the bag.
It is in the bag. So as I mentioned earlier, make sure you leave us a voicemail. We got 3 voicemails today, I believe. Last time I checked. Leave us a voicemail 347-389-4898. If you ever do want to join us on on YouTube. What the hell am I saying? What was wrong with me? You can feel free to join us on YouTube as we do go live on here, and we interact with people from the audience as well. And there's some people in there that are coming in and out, and all of that. And that is it for house cleaning, right?
Get your merch. Get your merch.
All right, so first order of business, huh?
I think we should congratulate the new guys, right? The new baby bombers.
We should congratulate them.
I got the names right here.
Austin Wells drafted number 1. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. That felt like the first normal baseball event that I kind of had in fucking months. And guys, we do kind of curse on here, so I'm sorry about that, please. But but I did say, we're seriously serious, not taking things too serious. So we're gonna go ahead and have fun with all that. But yeah, so that event, it was so good for me personally, because the draft felt like, it just felt like, oh shit, some baseball news that's not the owner sending the same proposals to the players saying hell no, and us just talking about hypotheticals and all of this shit. And is it going to be a 50-game season? Is it going to be an 80-game season? Is it going to be what's going on? So did we even mention why we didn't have an episode last week?
No.
Oh, all right. So guys, we didn't have an episode last week because I felt, and not only me, but everybody on the podcast, Chris, Keith, and I, all felt the same way, that it just, our podcast motto is kind of like, we're seriously serious about not taking things too serious. And John Boy and Jake, talking Yanks, right? Yes. Were nice enough to invite us on to their podcast and have us on there to, discuss not only, some baseball at the end, but, mostly social issues and things that we went through personally in our lives and stuff like that. So if you guys are interested in that, feel free to go check that out. Go to Talking Yanks and go check that out. I didn't post it on our side because I was kind of adamant about not having a episode last week. So it's just kind of like taking a stand at what's going on and stuff like that. But that's basically why. If you want to listen to what we had to talk about and all of that stuff, feel free to do so. Hop on there, and then, hey, let us know what you think, maybe in a review or maybe in notes. I already had people reach out to us saying, hey, man, I would love to have you guys out here to Colorado to, for an event. If the Yankees are in town, I would, whatever, would love to talk. And it was awesome, what we talked about and all that stuff. But
Facts. love to go to Colorado.
yes, would love that. Love that.
For baseball purposes. Just baseball. No,
Coors Field is one of the best parks in this country. And,
for homers.
I've been in Denver is unmatched.
For the homers, just the homers, because the pitching will get smacked.
Yes. So,
except for Garrett Cole.
Let's talk Garrett Cole. Oh, yes. So let's talk about the draft, right? Because it was good. Like I was saying, I don't know if it felt that same way for you guys, but it just felt like, oh shit, some normal baseball kind of shit is happening,
Yeah. Normal sports stuff. For every draft, I get the notifications like who picked who and when and things like that. It just felt awesome to have that happening right now.
Since MLB was forced to do a digital draft, and then they couldn't do what they usually do in Secaucus at MLB Network, they partnered up with ESPN and did it on air, where they followed the model the NFL just showed us, and even the WNBA. Like they showed that you can have a draft where you have a camera in the prospects' homes, and you have your commissioner Rob Manfred call out the picks, cut to the camera in the homes. It was great. Honestly, it sucks that baseball is where it is, but they finally did a good job with the draft. Like that was how a draft is supposed to look.
Right.
In the past, they've only had it on MLB Network, so the fact that they had it on ESPN for everyone to see, well done, MLB. Like that's one thing that you didn't mismanage.
Smart move. Yeah, one. And congratulations to Austin Wells, man.
I feel like I
Lefty
prefer it.
bat.
I feel like I prefer it that way, other than this whole,
moving forward. You
having
mean?
it in the, because I feel like MLB doesn't kind of do it right. Everywhere else is kind of like an event, kind of like a red tie affair. What am I saying? A black tie affair, or you're like showing up to a ballroom and shit like that, and people, it's nice. It's kind of, there's fans there. MLB, it's kind of like just the players there, and I get it. They're trying to kind of monetize that draft, but MLB draft is not the same as the other ones. But I kind of prefer it this way, televised in people's home, because I feel like there's nobody really cheering for them that much if they're at the location.
That's true.
Right.
Rather than when they're at home with their family and friends, and that's nice to see, and everybody's hype and putting on the hat and all that. Even though some of these deals are kind of worked out beforehand, like a while,
because it's not. I mean, the baseball draft. I mean, not everybody watches like college World Series or those games like that. Everybody's on when it's an NBA draft. The players. Mainly like the top 5, top 10 players in football as well as basketball. These guys. You watch them throughout the college career, maybe even high school. So you're gonna see the fans know who they are.
Right.
In baseball is like Mike Trout came up is like when he got drafted in the first ever televised baseball draft on the MLB network. You didn't really know who Trout was. You know what I mean? So it's like,
well, Mike Trout wasn't even Mike Trout when he got drafted.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Trout wasn't even like Mike Trout when he got drafted.
No, but that's what I'm saying. But then you knew who LeBron was.
Right. But I feel like more people knew who the hell Bryce Harper was, because I feel like he was on the cover.
He was right. Exactly. He was
marketed more.
He was the MLB. This is where they've gone wrong in the past, because they seem to think that their product is so sacred that they need to keep it only on their network.
Mm-hmm.
So they had never done it on ESPN before. It was only on MLB Network, and it was also only at their location, Secaucus, where MLB Network is. And what they would do was invite the top prospects.
Mm-hmm.
Like in the past, we've seen Carlos Correa, Judge, Clint Frazier,
Yep.
Mike Trout. We've seen them, get their jersey, get their hat. But like, I have physically been to the MLB Network like facility or building, and where they had the draft in past years, it's small. That MLB park where they had it, it's not the way. So COVID-19 basically forced MLB into doing the draft the way that other leagues have done it during COVID-19, like I said, like the WNBA and the NFL, and it's been the best draft we've seen in recent time or ever.
Right.
So I like you guys said, basically, long and short of it, I prefer it this way. But congrats, Austin Wells.
Austin Wells, man, he's a Vegas kid, right?
Yes, I think he worked out with Bryce Harper and also with Bryce Harper and also Chris Bryant.
Yeah, because Vegas boys, man, and I saw his highlights. He looks like he's ready to go now. The way he's built and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
That stroke in Yankee Stadium, it's crazy. He's a catcher, but he could play the outfield, some first base. Defensively, he's not all there, obviously, but with the catching team that the Yankees hired, the developing team, I think that he'll be able to work on it. But he has some tools, man. He has some power as well. And I also love what he said. His quote.
You got it?
I think. Let me see. Do you have his quote, Keith? Well, basically, he was talking about like, listen, man, I don't care where they play me. I'm a catcher, but I don't care where they play me. I just put me out. Whatever position I need to play to get to the show as soon as possible. That's where I want to be, and so I can start hitting home runs. And obviously with the lefty bat, that's the park plays to his bat, basically.
Yeah, he says, I'm a catcher and I want to be a catcher. I know I'm definitely willing to do whatever it takes to get to the big leagues. So if that's another position, then I'll just hit home runs at Yankee Stadium and play wherever they need to. You know what? That's the energy I like. I like that energy.
That's the attitude.
I like
That's the attitude. That's the attitude, man. I like that.
Yeah, it's good. So the thing about and the cool thing about him, oh shit, I forgot to press record over here. All right, the thing about him.
Wait for what?
I was just thinking from the
Press
stream.
record on?
No, on the board. You know, I always press record just to have like a backup sound.
Yeah.
All right, quit.
Nothing bad's gonna happen. What are the chances?
I'm like, oh, here we go. But yeah, Austin Wells talks that talk. He followed it up on Talking Yanks. John Boy and Jake were on that. They already had him on Friday on Talking Yanks, and he followed it up. He's confident. He knows he's got the lefty bat. Grew up a Red Sox fan, but he said all that is thrown out the window. They got the Yankee hats. They're ready to go, and he's talking like, yo, I'll play wherever they need me to play. I'm a catcher, and I think
that's the kind of energy you gotta have
as a catcher. You know, we're not going to look at Chris Iannetta and Eric Kratz next spring training.
The future. But one of the things that I hated about not that the Yankees drafted Austin Wells, but just the fan feedback is like, oh, you see, the Yankees don't like Sanchez.
That was one side.
Writing on the wall. I'm like, what? Bro, what is going on here? Like, what is this?
That was one side.
I saw that. Dumb
the other
shit,
side
dude.
is
that's why I tweeted about it. Like, y'all delusional with this hate. Like, how are you a Yankee fan
right.
and you hate Gary Sanchez? I see it. Some of y'all just low key racist.
Yeah, it's all right.
What it is.
Well, it's not all right, but you know what I mean.
Austin Romine is gone. Gary Sanchez. We'll see when he gets his contract. Like, he's going to be our starting catcher for a long time. And this guy Austin Wells, he'll figure out where to play. If that bat plays, he'll play.
Another thing that I seen is that, oh man, we're gonna draft another catcher. Didn't we draft that other kid, that switch hitting catcher? Listen, when it comes to the draft, if you draft based on need, you're fucked. You're an idiot because these kids are so far along. You just don't know what they're gonna develop into. Right, so you have to just draft the best player available. Okay, and that's what all teams probably do. If you draft for need, you know, then you're gonna look kind of silly because you're gonna be drafting. And you know, the Yankees kind of did that before. Remember when they drafted? I think was it Kyle Holder or Cito?
What?
Forgot his name. But first round picks or whatever it is. This guy drafted somebody. You know, the Yankees drafted and Keith probably be back. Yeah. But they, you know, they stepped out or whatever, and then it's like you can't draft based on need so early, right? Those kids are still at least, you know, in the quickest, at least 3 years away. And we don't even know what this minor leagues or whatever it is, rookie ball, all that stuff. So we just don't know yet. So shout out to him. Congrats to him and his family. I hope he makes it to the majors. Lefty swing looks like he'll be able to play at Yankee Stadium. Absolutely. And I'm happy for him. Who else we got, Chris?
Second pick was Trevor Hauver. Apologies if I'm mispronouncing your name. He's a second baseman from Arizona State. So yeah, man. He's 21.
We got a scouting report on him or not?
Let me see. Trevor Hauver. So he played outfield. This is on Dan Federico.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a good go-to guy to go to. You know, for
definitely for this, especially the minor leagues. His work ethic is outstanding, according to the scout. Can hit for average. Shown power at times. Has a great eye at the plate. He hit 339 with 1.007 OPS and 19. Two left-handed bats for the Yankees. So he's a lefty as well.
Okay, good. All right, and who else?
We also have Beck Way. There was no way.
There was no way.
Let me see. Beck Way. He's a pitcher, right-handed pitcher from Florida, from Northwest Florida State. I don't have a specific report, but he's a third pick. He's a third pick here.
6'4". Yankees love those tall pitchers.
Yeah, big, tall, hard throwers.
6'4", 200 pounds, fastball, slider, changeup mix with his fastball reaching in the upper 90s. Each pitch has a potential to be average or better. But
it's actually they call it a very, very good pick.
Yeah.
With this guy here.
Value and then where we got him at,
definitely. And we also have an undrafted pick. Free agent signee Carson Coleman.
Okay. So the draft was held a little bit different this year. It's like there's a draft. It's not as many rounds, but then people get to sign for basically dirt cheap, really, compared to other years. So that's what they did there. And, congrats to them once more, man. It's
baby bombers, man.
The who?
The baby bombers.
The baby bombers.
Babies. What's dope is the Austin Wells kid, we drafted him out of high school. So once again, Cashman gets his guy. Like, once again, Cashman finds another guy early, stays on him, gets him. So
if you get drafted out of high school, because people don't usually like to take players out of high school because, there's a big like boom bust kind of thing. So you're drafting based on potential, big time potential.
Yeah. And this kid was going to Arizona no matter what. His mom went to Arizona and his dad went to Arizona, and they were both athletes at the school. So he was going to Arizona, whether the Yankees drafted him, whether the Red Sox drafted him. Like, we got him.
This is 2018, right? Where they tried to draft him. Or when they did draft him, but he didn't sign.
Yeah.
2 years later, we're here, Austin Wells, man. Obviously, he has to shave that beard.
Got to shave that.
But I'm excited, man. I'm excited. The Martian and Austin Wells. Hopefully they come up around the same time.
I mean, somebody said
it. Did you see Jeff Passan's tweet? Because Joe just said about people signing. Jeff Passan said, for players who signed today as an undrafted free agent for $20,000 max, I'm sorry your indoctrination into the professional game involves receiving a fraction of what you'd be worth if you weren't used as pawns in a labor fight that has gone absolutely nowhere. It's shameful. He said that at 12:10 today. Basically, like, yo, we're going to get into it through this episode, but these writers, these reporters,
that's insane, man.
Yeah. I mean, I think we should.
For the whole league right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think.
Am I frozen again?
Yeah, you were frozen for a bit.
He's still frozen. I don't know what's good, but I hear your sound. But
the connection problems is all right, man.
Technical difficulties.
Man. But other, congratulations to all the draftees. But yeah, man, it's crazy that they, in the middle of all everything that's happening right now, obviously they're best time of their lives. Everything they work for, drafted by the Yankees, and hopefully they do what they got to do to get to the show.
Somebody in the chat was like, "Yo, Chris, you're a Yankee, man. You got to shave."
No, I'm good, man. I tried. It's not a good look.
If you're wondering where Keith is, he kind of bounced out real quick, so he's pressing continue. He's getting a green mushroom real quick. See if he could get a 1-up. See if we can bring him back. Oh yeah. So now, we can talk about, before we get into baseball stuff, right?
I don't know why I keep freezing, bro.
Before we get into baseball stuff, we can talk about some other Yankee stuff that came out, right?
We can.
Do you guys have the original tweet for that?
For the Red Sox?
No. For the Yankees, because we're still on like Yankee news and shit. And then we'll kind of come back to the Red Sox. But there's.
Oh, you mean Brendan Cuddy?
Oh, here we go. All right, Brendan Cuddy. Brendan Cuddy. Good cut. Do the good cut.
Cut it out.
Judge rules he should unseal a letter that allegedly shows that MLB hid the Yankee sign stealing. And then you have a picture of Manfred or whatever it is. I don't know if... I'm not going to say that Brendan Cuddy... I don't... You know what?
Clickbait.
No, I'm not going to say clickbait because it literally on there says allegedly. Okay? For the people that don't... Like I said, there's a difference between just kind of seeing a headline and comprehending what is being said, right? So a judge is basically saying that allegedly, unseal a letter that allegedly shows that MLB hid Yankee sign stealing. And then Astros Twitter said, "Oh shit, hold on. Let me dust the fucking cobwebs off my fucking Twitter and come right on back, man." Bring that ass here, boy. And people like, oh man, now you gotta keep that same energy. Come back over here. Let's go. Y'all cheated. Blah, 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 blah.
Astros fans, Red Sox fans, Yankee haters. Everybody came out of the woodworks to show some love.
Yo, people at me like, yo, man, yo, Joe, like, yo, what you got to say now, man?
Bringing up old tweets.
What's good now? Like, you have all the energy for the Astros. What's good now? What's good? I'm like,
Same still.
did something new happen? That's the key word here. Did something new happen?
No.
Anybody want to get into this little report here? Probably.
I got time. I got time for it.
Yeah. Anybody want to talk specifics though? What it says?
Yeah. Where do you want to start?
Well, let's just start with what they're talking about, right? So, just to clarify, because then some people are confused, where they don't know. They think that this letter. This is what they're kind of reading. The Yankees cheated. This means this is, and even Carabas, everybody came out and said, I knew it. The Yankees cheated. Correa comes out, which we'll get into. Bregman comes out, which we'll get into. Freaking Lance McCullers comes out, which we'll get into. And all of these guys are looking like fucking clowns. Clowns. But again, Chris, do you have the specifics of the
I don't
The letters.
I don't have the exact article. I do because the letter hasn't been brought out yet.
Not the letter, but basically
We do have Andy Martino.
Okay.
We got Andy Martino. So it says, don't expect big revelations about the Yankees. Sign stealing and letter Evan Drellich reported on. MLB thoroughly investigated a complaint against New York Yankees at the time, issued the fine we know about. The league has long been convinced there isn't much there with Yankees on the issue. Letter, if unsealed, could be embarrassing for Yankees because it reminds public they were fined in 2017. But if you're waiting on details of an Astros Red Sox type scheme, you'll be disappointed, my good sir.
I mean, I'm sorry, Astros. I know that you held out hope for this. But it's just not going to happen. Stop reaching. Stop it. You're an idiot. You sound dumb. Like, it's just crazy. Now,
You're stupid.
Nah. Now, the Yankees coming out and saying, oh, man, like, this will be embarrassing. That's probably, I mean, just unseal the letter. I think the Yankees kind of don't want to unseal the letter because what's the point of sealing a letter if you're just going to freaking unseal it?
Years later.
We'll get into a little bit more as to what I think is going on in terms of embarrassment. I think it has nothing to do. This is just a hint. I think it has nothing, and absolutely nothing, to do with cheating. But we'll get into that in a little bit.
Jeff Passan. Jeff Passan. Jeff Passan said, genuinely curious to see what the letter from Rob Manfred to the Yankees about alleged sign stealing from 2015 to 2017 says. It will, as Evan Drellich report, be redacted, but the Yankees acknowledging its unsealing will cause significant reputational injury. It's quite interesting.
Reputational injury?
I kind of want to know about that. But
he continued. John pronounced his word, so apologies if I destroy this. But Astros fans shouldn't fraud.
I don't even know what that means.
I just think it's a nice way of saying fraud. Isn't full blossom this morning, and I get it. Thing is, if all Yankees allegations predate MLB September's 2017 Apple Watch letter, MLB wouldn't have come down on them the same way it did with Houston. That has been the line of disciplinary demarcation. So that's Jeff Passan's tweet.
Yeah.
But the Astros fans just made themselves look dumb once again. Stop. We're gonna keep trolling y'all forever. Just give it up already. You did what you did, and nobody else did that. You can't bring anybody down with you. Misery loves company, and only you are in this one. Even the Red Sox didn't do what you did. So.
Absolutely not. People were trying to lump in the Red Sox. People were trying to lump in the Red Sox along with these guys.
No, it's different. Way different.
You cannot.
Way different type of thing. And like we have facts. There's evidence and facts that what the Astros did, they did all the way up into the World Series, and they actually used it in the World Series. They won the World Series that year. The Red Sox didn't do it in the World Series to win the World. Like it was a complete different thing. What I'm saying is, I'm tired of them trying to like dig up old shit, right? For the longest, it was, oh, well, what about the steroids? What about all the Yankees players that use steroids? I'm like, have you watched baseball? Like, or did you watch baseball in the 90s?
Right. Exactly.
Early 2000s?
Everybody that could did.
No, these Astros fans didn't start watching baseball until 2015.
Thank you.
2015, yep. Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Don't even come in here, trying to school people that's been watching this for over 20 years, dude.
They act like they didn't have players on their older club that also took steroids. They just didn't win shit. They went to the World Series in 2005 and got beat by the White Sox.
The problem is
the shot her around the world.
The problem is when their players come out and talk without being informed. And you have I don't know.
They couldn't afford a subscription or didn't get a subscription to the
Athletic.
to the Athletic.
Ken Rosenthal should have hooked Correa up with the subscription to the Athletic after he had that interview where he said, if you don't know the facts, shut the F up. Take your own advice. Take your own advice, bro.
Bro, how you say that and then come out? You don't even know what the fuck is going on. Because if you would at least taken the time to read it, you would have. And I think that's why Bregman erased his shit.
Yeah, he deleted it quickly.
Because if you take the time to read what is said, you understand that there's nothing there. You know what I mean? It's just basically, just bullshit coming out, and then everybody try to use that like, oh, you see the Yankees are doing it too. Like, nah, we already knew this. So all this shit is known.
It's old, and it's like, damn, right? We went through all of this. We went through a pandemic, coronavirus. Now we got racial tension, cops killing people, and Alex Bregman and Carlos Correa are jumping on their Twitters to try and like say something against the Yankees. Get off! Nobody's even thinking about you. That's why yesterday when I went and got my little trash can banger beers, I literally was picking these up as Twitter was going off, and I was like, of course I would be getting this beer today to troll the Astros when their players still don't know how to like do less, say less.
Bro, I mean, it's I don't know why is it so hard, man, to stay away, B. Like, you know what you did.
You're a criminal. You a whole crook.
Yeah, the world knows what you did, and then you're gonna come out and try to be like, oh, you see, they did it. Like, fam,
the finger, like, crawl back into your garbage cans and be quiet until it's time to play. Coronavirus saved these jokers, right? Coronavirus saved them from the wrath they were gonna get, but they're not out of it because they always do something to bring it back up, whether it was the dumb shit at spring training,
right,
or how they handled their fan fest. These guys consistently show us they aren't sorry. They aren't apologetic. They aren't upset with themselves. They're mad they got caught.
They're mad they got caught because they want to say, you know what it is? You're seeing somebody else doing a crime. It's kind of like, damn, I'm looking for a good excuse. You get pulled over for speeding, and then you see the next car, kind of like, maybe you're speeding at like, I don't know, 95, and you probably hit somebody with a car as well, and you killed somebody. So the cops pulled you over because you're an idiot. And you did that, right? And you murdered somebody. And you're doing, maybe it's 50 and you're doing 65. And they're like, yo, but they're speeding too. It's like,
it's even worse than that. It's like you committed the most heinous crime, and now you're pointing the fingers at anybody else that had small infractions before you, right? Let's not leave out the fact that MLB didn't come down on these like type of rules or these sanctions until after the whole Apple Watch thing. Like MLB needed time to figure out how to punish people for using technology and stealing signs. It's new technology that was introduced into the game, and MLB wasn't as harsh with their. But first off, they haven't been harsh with any of the punishment.
Right.
So when this first started coming up, they weren't harsh with it. My thing with this whole letters, like the judge said, go ahead and open them. Like I don't think there's anything in there that's gonna like, okay, our reputation. The Yankees are a world-class organization, buttoned up. They care. Yes, of course they care about their reputation. They want to be bum bum ba bum bum. They want to be like, you know, that. But us as fans, and even the Yankee haters and the Yankees know there's 29 other teams that hate them. What are they going to say about 2015? We didn't win anything. So it's like, okay, it's going to make us look bad for 5 years ago, 4 years ago. Like, no, it's not going to matter.
Let me see if I have the Correa sound.
You mean what he said?
I'm going to see if I have the Correa sound here, right? Let me see here.
I don't know if I'm freezing on my end. Like, is it my internet connection or is it Wirecast?
The Wirecast has been.
You're freezing? Oh, yeah, he froze.
Yeah, Wirecast has been weird.
Simple shenanigans and tomfooleries. I don't know what's going on, but.
You mean the one that he's talking about? Like, this one?
Which one?
Wait, hold on. Oh, it was deleted. Damn.
Not at all.
Damn, the one that he was saying, like, you should shut the fuck up if you don't know the facts.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Hold on, let me get that. Let me get that.
I had it.
I had
it, but it was deleted.
Oh, it was deleted? Somebody deleted it?
I had the link, yeah.
Damn.
Let me see if I can find it.
We're gonna see. Keith is coming back right now. Hopefully.
But
I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna try to do this on freaking Streamlabs next week because this shit is crazy.
Yeah, it's messing up big time.
So in case you guys don't know, Astros came out and put the battery in everybody's back to then let them know, like, yo, hey, what's going on? Like, Correa puts out, it says, wait, what?
If you're not informed, what doesn't...
I got the 34 seconds.
You got it? Okay, all right.
Well with me is when you say false statements. If you don't know the facts, if you're not informed, this is America, Ken. You can say whatever you want. But Cody Bellinger's job is to look for information, get informed, know the facts for sure before he stands in front of cameras to talk about other players. You should get informed. You should be informed before you talk about other players. If you don't know the facts, then you gotta chill.
And then he comes out to then talk on this article that comes out that basically says that, this is, he basically did not read it, right? So all I got to say is to that and all of the Astros fans,
congratulations, you played yourself.
Now the wait what is to when Judge responded with a tweet about when it was found that
correct,
he did cheat, and then Judge retweeted and commented and say, wait, what?
Yeah, that was basically talking about like,
yeah,
wait, what? Like the information and shit like that.
But it was just him being petty, like try to be an asshole. And
yeah, and then he said that he put the kind of like that home run where he put his hand behind his ear, kind of like listening or whatever it is, and then he said, wait, what? So that was like, that's like clown show stuff, man. Like, yo, it's just straight cornball, bro. What are you doing?
Yeah, man, he's...
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Bro, you just gotta... It's real simple to just read,
I was elected to lead. not to
Not
read.
to read. Everybody that was talking shit did not take the time, at least 3, 4, 5 minutes to read and see what the fuck is going on. Because if you did read, you wouldn't put yourself out there and embarrass yourself. Fucking clowns, man.
Yeah.
Time, man. That's why we here to expose the motherfuckers and let them know what the fuck is going on.
My man said, "You're a clown."
Yeah, and Josh Reddick came out and said something with the Hulk Hogan gif, with the ears and all that, and
Oh yeah.
it's just fucking nonsense.
All right. So, I think either Keith's computer exploded or
Hopefully not. Jesus Christ, exploded.
so I hope he's all right. I don't know where he went.
Yeah, he's somewhere. But we have Andy Martino's tweet. He says, "Can report that Manfred's letter to Yankees in 2017 did not say Yankees engage in sign stealing. MLB's Department of Investigations did not find any evidence of violations by Yankees in 2017. Story up shortly to explain why the Yankees."
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of curious to see why they want the letter sealed. Um, you right. Yeah, let me see. Man, Keith is not even responding. What happened? I don't know. Um, and people say that they hear an echo when you talk. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. This is probably the last time we yeah. There's probably the last time we're on Wirecast. What's going on here? What's going on? We good?
Yo,
We good?
they say you're muted.
Who, me?
Yeah,
I'm not muted, but you can hear me though.
it could.
So nobody else can hear me.
I could hear you.
And we're back.
All right. Sorry for the interruption. Back to our regularly scheduled programming. Sheesh. What's YouTube looking like?
They're saying that there's an echo and that I'm muted.
Damn. Echo is crazy. Bad
All right.
echoing.
There's still a
I don't know. They were saying that you were muted, Chris.
Interruption. Back to
I can hear you. Talk, Chris. Fucking. Why is it always like some sort of... All right, let's check now. Let's see now. Keep talking, Chris.
Because I used to have respect and like watching. Like I thought their players were swaggy. I thought their players were good before I knew they had a whole system. But their fans have made it like
That's true.
Intolerable. Like I literally can't stand them because their fans crawl from out of their fucking trash cans at any moment to try and say something to one of us.
Crawl out the trash can. Like I hated the Red Sox because obviously that was the rivalry we grew up on. You know, Pedro Martinez, Ortiz, Trot Nixon, Embry, and Keith Folk, and all these guys. But the Astros players are fucking assholes, man. Like the Red Sox and the Yankees were going back and forth, and we always beat them until 2004. But the Astros, like those players, they just they act like they shit don't stink, and then you find out they cheated, and it's like, why y'all still acting like y'all shit don't stink?
Exactly. Like, who are you and who are you talking to?
All right.
Because now you're.
All right, guys. I fixed the sound finally.
To stand on to be acting like that. So I said these fans started watching in 2014, 2015.
Mm-hmm.
Finally fixed the sound.
These fans started watching when George Springer came up in 2014.
It's just all right. Now we're back.
Straight up. These Astro fans, they came along when, think about it, the Astros 103 games.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Were they at the stadium? They damn sure weren't on Twitter.
No,
they damn sure weren't on Twitter. They weren't online.
Who are you?
Wait a minute. Who are you?
Who are you?
Where you come from? You probably call a home run a touchdown. Like, get the fuck out my face.
Straight up. Like you. That's what it is, yo. Their fans talk so much because they don't really understand how baseball works. They don't understand that their team cheated the whole pitch to catcher sequence.
Right.
The game.
Like, there's nothing to be proud about, man.
Oh, like you don't realize.
But it's a whole nother level of fucking cheating.
It's like
you
literally cheated the core of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, like.
So
like a couple little things like pine tar here or a couple players having steroids. You took that from us. Now when we watch those clips, we know, this ain't no. This
is tainted. It's tainted.
So they cheated, and then they're upset they got caught.
And now they want everybody else to, and then it's like, oh no, they did it too. Like, nah, we didn't. Nah, we didn't do that. I
wrote on my Instagram, I said, we are not y'all. Don't try and paint us with the same brush.
Don't, please. I mean, that was so corny with some of these guys.
What was that?
I don't think I've ever heard it that
I never heard that.
Listen, I gotta fix that sound effect. Yeah, listen. So anyway, so I just can't stand them because, and in Korea is probably the worst because reading comprehension, and it's so sad that you're just so defensive about you cheating. You cheated, bro. Take your L. That's it. You got caught.
Korea thinks he's tough, bro. He's trying to fight
All
UFC.
right.
You seen the clips of him in the punching bag and the heavy bag?
No, nor do I want to see it.
With a punching bag. He's like, yeah,
Korea,
man. You know what?
yo.
He's one of those corny ass dudes be in high school. Like he just try to be mad cool. Like he try to tell like a joke and then act mad cool. Like, bro, like, nah, man, we don't.
Bro, he's so tough.
Like go over
I'm about
there.
to find this video.
Like go over there, man. We
right.
don't know you. We don't know you. Corny
Well,
ass.
so that's what happened in Yankee news. So that was exciting because we finally got a chance to talk about some real, some baseball stuff. Or I guess people talking shit back and forth. And Astros looking like a freaking horse's ass. So I'm for that. I'm so for that. I'm so happy about that. Red Sox came out with a statement.
Yes, they did.
Which is pretty cool. This is more getting into baseball news, but Red Sox came out with a statement where they're basically owning it. They're owning like the racism and stuff like that that's happening in Boston because Torrey Hunter came out, he spoke out about it, as well as other players. I think
You want me to read it?
oh yeah, go ahead. The whole thing? No, not the whole thing.
It's not that long.
It's not?
No. I don't think so. Well, I'm
All right, go ahead.
looking at it right now. All right. So Torrey Hunter's experience is real. If you doubt him because you've never heard it yourself, take it from us. It happens. Last year, there were 7 reported incidents at Fenway Park where fans used racial slurs. Those are just ones we know about. And it's not only players. It happens to the dedicated Black employees who work for us on game days. Their uniforms may be different, but their voices and experiences are just as important. We are grateful to everyone who has spoken up and remained committed to using our platform to amplify the many voices who are calling out injustice. There are well-established consequences for fans who use racial slurs and hate speech in our venue, and we know we have more work to do. The small group of fans does not represent who we are, but are rather a reflection of large systemic issues that as an organization we need to address. True change starts from within, and as we identify how we can do better, please know we are listening, we hear you, and we believe you. 2 Red Sox.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So, it happened out there, and
who's the player? The Shields. He said that he heard it as well.
Delano the Shields.
Delano the Shields.
he said, somebody was like, "Oh,
What
he called
year
me."
did he say he heard it at Yankee Stadium?
I didn't see the year exactly. If somebody could tell us on the.
It wasn't last year.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he came up.
Or the year before.
He came up. He came up. What, like the last 5 years?
I don't know.
One of those years he came up.
Somebody called him the N-word. That was the thing. Somebody put in my comments. He's like, somebody called him a nobody. I'm like,
come on.
I was like, yo, listen, I don't want to laugh.
I don't want to invalidate his experience. But
I don't. I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
I haven't heard it in Yankee Stadium I'm just being real. Like I'm there a lot.
Yeah, you guys are there.
I haven't heard it.
You would know more than me because you guys are there a lot.
And I sit all over the place. Keith moves around throughout in game, so I don't know if he hears it. I'm mostly in the outfield, which is the most rowdy. I don't know if people would talk like that being close to the players, right? Being
in every section, there's somebody.
I'm not gonna doubt it. I'm not gonna say that somebody did not call him that.
Here's what I'll say about it. Not trying to take the validity out of this man's words or what he said, but from my experience in Yankee Stadium is similar to being in New York City. It's also similar to being on a stage. If you're in Yankee Stadium and you stand up in there and you yell out, Delano DeShields, everyone's looking at you like people are gonna see you, hear you. There's no way that you can shout out the N-word without people being like, whoa.
Yeah, oh no, he will get knocked out. He will get knocked out.
Yo, less doesn't ride in Yankee Stadium. Like the N-word would be some ridiculous shit where you might literally see somebody get escorted out without security, get them. Like the people around might handle that.
Right.
So what I'm saying with I don't want to take the validity out of Delano DeShields.
I'm sure it happened. I'm not gonna say it didn't. I'm sure it happened, but it's not a norm. I'll probably put it like that.
Yeah, it sucks
it's
because
not.
we live in the time now where, similar to everything else, people don't really read these stories. They read a headline, and I see some people like, oh, well, New Yorkers are pieces of shit. Oh, well, what do you expect from the Bronx? And I'm like, bro,
Right.
like that, I'm like, that's such a wrong
But I've seen a lot of people on Twitter. I'm like, where did he sit? Because I've never heard that. Like, and there's a lot of
What
people
position does Delano
on
Shields
Twitter.
play? Left?
I think he's an outfielder. Yeah,
I think he's an outfielder, so it's got to be
But
an
there's-
outfielder.
So over there in 236 and
or
237, no way. No
or
way.
maybe when he's in the batter circle, you know what I mean? Like, but again, I don't.
Someone in
That's
the
what I'm
legend
saying.
seat is yelling out the N word.
No
and
way. Fuck.
No way.
That's
The
not
people
happening.
that work at Yankee Stadium
Not in
are
the legends.
black. Like the people that are getting nah. It's just
know.
tough. It's just tough for me to see. Maybe it happened, but
maybe I don't. I mean, listen, it's
I don't know when. Like 95.
I'm sorry. Well, no, the Shields came up.
I know. I've been going to Yankee Stadium 20 times a year plus for the last 3-4 years. So I guess he caught one of the game. I don't know. I feel like we would have heard about that in the Yankee world by now. They would have been like, yo, someone got tossed for like. No.
Well, what I look at is
I'm sorry that I'm sorry that it happened.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
sorry that it happened to him, and
but it's not the norm. It's not. I mean,
anywhere, So,
yeah, not trying to invalidate that man's story.
Yeah,
but I think in this time, everyone needs to think for themselves and don't just believe everything that you hear. Now, maybe that did happen to him, but we can tell you as people that physically be at the stadium, and like Joe said, I move around. I have friends that sit in the bleachers over there, and I hear the talk. The bleachers gets reckless, but the bleachers police themselves.
Right.
You're not. I wouldn't have yell the N-word out and be able to get that off. Like,
yeah, I wouldn't have a reason to think that he lied. There's no reason for me to think that he lied. So definitely, that's bad if it happened. I mean. Listen, if that shit happened around me in Yankee Stadium, it's a wrap. Like, I'm not, fuck out of here. Fuck out of here with that shit.
Like, he's done with.
I just can't see it, but maybe it did. On to the next.
Yeah, next. So now we have
Well, we were supposed to be talking about the Red Sox. This whole thing was based around the Red Sox.
Yeah, because
it came out around the same time, like when they brought it out, and then the Shields. I saw the tweet like a couple hours after, like, I've been called.
That's why it seems like it was. I mean, like Delano,
like,
I feel you, bro. But like, why didn't you come out with this like a couple days earlier? This tweet came out on June 10th. You waited till now to say that. Oh, someone called me the N-word in Yankee Stadium too. I feel for you, bro.
Well, that's serious. I wouldn't doubt somebody said that because, if it did happen, because remember, I mean, for Torrey Hunter. We heard it. The teams tried to limit you talking about this shit. Like, this shit is.
Hey, do not get me wrong either. Racism does live in Yankee Stadium. People from Long Island root for the Yankees, and they come up to the Bronx to watch the games.
Yeah.
And other people mixed in between that don't know where they are when they step in Yankee Stadium. They still carry their arrogance with them. So it could have happened. I'm just saying, from my experience.
All right. Well,
have either one of you been to Fenway Park?
I've been to Fenway Park one time.
Joe did, yeah.
I never gone to Fenway. My logic behind that, I seen a bunch of ballparks. I said, I'm a young man, and if I hear somebody talking reckless, like someone even dare try and say Nintendo, I might be ready to, in the stadium, and you don't want to get arrested in the stadium. So I've never gone to Fenway.
Joe actually went there with the Yankee jersey.
I wore my whole getup. Nah, we went out there for Mariano Rivera's final game or whatever. Yeah. Dylan Betances had like a 20 ERA, got smacked. But anyway, we went out there and it was like there were some people giving me shit, but that's just like normal baseball shit. And even when they were getting drunk, my boy Jamal, and they were getting drunk and shit like that, they were saying they were cursing. And we were like, whoa, yo, family section, man. Come on, man, don't get out of control. And even the other Red Sox fans around us were like, yeah, man, chill out.
Right.
So, it wasn't, we didn't get nothing racist when I was there, but that was just one day. Like, I don't know. Right. I can't speak on that. I mean, there's people that work there that said that, yeah, man, it's kind of rough sometimes. Like, but
We all heard about Adam Jones.
Yeah, Adam Jones.
Corey Hunter has gone in about his experience. Like I'm saying myself,
CC.
I never went. CC definitely could speak to it. Yawkey Way, right? We talked about this in the chat. I'm like, the city changed Yawkey Way, but like you see people tearing down statues right now. You see people coming for Clemson University buildings with like slave owners' names on them.
Right.
Yawkey Way got changed because he was a racist and he was like a known racist.
Well, we have in other MLB news, we finally have no news because the Yankees, the owners and the players keep going back and forth over the same shit. Come on. Arguing over the same shit. Players basically got to the point where they just said, you know what? I'm sick of this whole back and forth. You're purposely trying to delay this shit. You're not negotiating in good faith. You're trying to delay it to the point that we only have one choice, and that's to play a 50-game season. Right? We're not going to play these games. Just tell us when you want us to report, and that's it. That's it. I'm not going back and forth. I'm not negotiating anymore because you guys obviously are set in your ways. The players want their 100% prorated salaries. I'm with that. Fine. The owners they already gave back some money.
Yep.
And the players and the owners are like, nah, we want you to give back a little bit more and play more games. So people, some people take the side of the owner for whatever reason. I take the side of the player. And
Same.
My view on this is the owners, bro, you're going to have to take this little L, bro. Take this little L. You just signed a fucking $1 billion deal the other day. What are we talking about? You just signed a $1 billion deal in the middle of negotiations. And you want to talk shit about money? Fuck out of here, bro. And you don't want the players are asking you to open the books. You don't want to open the books. Give me a fucking break. You know what?
Congratulations. You played yourself.
The owners are a fucking horse's ass. I'm sorry. But they have all the leverage. Those poor minor league players are like out there right now. A whole bunch of them got released. You basically, these players get every fucking cent you can. Okay, get every cent you can because the owners own you. Basically, not own you, but they basically own your rights as a player for 9 years. What is it? 9 years of control, right? You have your minor leagues, and then you have 6 years through arbitration and stuff like that where they have cost control over you, okay? Until you finally become a fucking free agent. If you're lucky enough to be as good enough to then become a free agent. Give me a break with this shit. It's not, the player, I'm on the player side. Take every single cent you can because you're here for a good time, not a long time. And I'm quoting Drake. So I'm just telling you right now, like people are like, oh, whatever. And, going back to Blake Snell, I want all of mine. I feel you. You can't be calling it Rona, right? But
you can't call it Rona.
He's about to not get all of his, and he's gonna play. We think,
but it's all good.
We'll see.
But you're telling me, okay, I could play 70 games at 80% of my salary, or I could play 50 games at 100% of my salary. You know what? Fuck it. I'm taking 100% of my salary. Fuck that. Why should the players look out for the owners when the system is kind of made for them to take advantage of this? Like they purposely keep people like Chris Bryant down to get an extra year of control. What does an extra year of control mean? An extra year of you financially making money. They want to control that. Okay? 6 years, I think, is way too much for you to be a major league player. The average major league player is up in the major leagues for about 3 years, if you're lucky enough, right? So, earning power. If you come up for whatever reason, because everybody develops at a different state. Aaron Judge is an example. He's going to be a free agent only 31.
30, yep.
When you going to get your bread? And then at that point, they want to say, hey, they want to now hold it against you. Hey, you know what? You're lucky. You're good enough to finally become a free agent because you've been in the league for 6 years, but you're too old. So we're not going to give you a long-term contract. You got to take care of your family. So that's how I look at it. I'm sorry for going off on a rant, but I don't understand how people go on the player side. And maybe because my uncle was in the minor leagues and they get treated like fucking shit. They get paid dog shit. They have to fucking share meals with their fucking players, have to share rooms with other players that are supposed to be kind of like superstars. And then it's like, yo, you are resting kind of like the back on it. It's like, yo, bro, take every cent you can, bro. Because this is just what it is. You know, I don't shame any player for trying to take, you know, a billionaire's every single cent that they can from a billionaire who's going to be here after, you know, the average MLB player is here for 3 years. Average owner is how long? Generations is here, bro. Like, what the fuck? Your son died, you die, it's handed down to your son. He dies, it's handed, it's fucking in the family, bro. It's like, so give me a break. That family, Sam Brenner family as an example, is going to be here long after Aaron Judge. You know? The Lerner family is going to be here long after Max Scherzer. You know, like, that's how I look at it. So to me, I'm strictly on the player side, maybe because I'm in the union, you know, and all of that stuff, but that's how I feel. And nobody's moving me off that shit. So give the players 100% of their fucking salaries, and that's it. I don't give a shit if there aren't any fans in the stands. The CBA was never negotiated based on revenue. It was never revenue sharing, okay?
These guys don't show their revenue.
Thank you. They don't want to show their revenue. Why don't you show their revenue and show them how you're hurting so much in the fucking pockets? You're hurting so much in the fucking pockets, but you don't want to fucking show us how much you're hurting in the pockets. But yeah, oh yeah, you just signed $1 billion deal with TBS to handle the playoffs for you.
But wait, how much was it that they said the owners were going to lose 400 million among the 30 teams? Was it 400 million or 40 million? Whatever it is.
They put out a ridiculous number.
Exactly my point. And then people are actually looking and like, oh man, I feel so sorry for the owners, $1 billion owners, because they're gonna lose. All 30 owners are gonna lose 400 million amongst each other. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
What about the players?
There's a crop of weirdos on Twitter that will go back.
I cannot be on the owner side.
They'll try and defend the owners, and I think it's just because they're just uninformed. They don't really know what's going on.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe they're speaking as a fan, but there's only one side in this. There's literally only one side in this, and they've been going back and forth and back and forth. And in the current state of affairs in America, we're looking at everything sideways now.
Yeah.
It's funny. People talk about like 2020 vision, being able to see the future. The future is, we need to check all these institutions and people and the way that they do things, because they do things crooked and it's not right. That's what's going on in MLB too.
Right.
The MLBPA said, you know, we're not going back and forth with y'all. Tell us where to be and when to be so we can play. We're not going to keep going back and forth with y'all all summer. We've been doing this for 3 months.
Exactly.
And every time, I said on this podcast, don't piss on my leg and tell me it's raining. I actually heard someone say it's don't piss on my head and tell me it's raining. Mm-hmm. Consistently, the MLB owners are peeing on the players' heads and telling them it's just rain. It's just rain. It's just rain.
No, don't worry about it. Carl Ravage.
Don't give me the song and dance. Don't piss on my leg and tell me it's raining.
Carl
This
Ravage.
is the longest song in
Yeah.
Carl Ravage has the same sentiments. I actually have the recording here if you guys want to hear it. He went in.
All right, go ahead.
Let's go.
The idea that we cheerlead for a game in which it becomes a business and solely a business requires you not to be so emotionally attached to it until the powers that be show that they're actually emotionally attached to it. And it's not about the bottom line of the dollars. We've got to stop because we are the ones that get very frustrated through all of this. And it's such a crime to have to stop romanticizing about something, stop loving something. But it has been sucked out of us, and it's constantly being done over the last month, listening to these sides go back and forth. Preach one thing, practice another. When they start practicing the idea and not just serve lip service, then you can start romanticizing again. But we fall into this trap all the time, and we are back in it right now.
He got into man for his ass as well.
Yeah, he did.
a few people.
You know, and Manfred is looking horrible right now. Painting, you know, baseball's painted in a very bad light right now. All of the other sports are kind of just getting back, and everybody else, no lie, you don't hear anything about NBA negotiations. You don't hear anything about freaking NFL negotiations, NHL negotiations, even fucking soccer. Which I think Messi came out today. He even hit a goal. And listen. Everybody else is doing their shit like real quick. Like they have the, you know, it just real quick. And now, you can call it what you want to call it. The government's not stopping them. Who was it that said it? Government's not stopping you. Nothing else is stopping you. Local government's not stopping you. This is a work stoppage now. This is straight about bread. Straight about money. And now everybody's looking horrible right now. The sport is looking like it always looks, you know, bad, far behind. And it's sad. It's sad.
Mismanaged. I got the numbers, and it's easy for me to go find the numbers because MLB has played this whole thing wrong. The whole negotiation has played out online. A couple years back, MLB didn't even know to let fans clip the videos and just let fans be fans and cover the game. They were flagging all the content. So now they know how to use the internet, but they use it in the wrong way. So they put out these numbers. MLB predicts organizations will lose an average of $640,000 a game. And then it also goes on to say that the projected $10 billion industry is will have a $4 billion loss season. Now, I guess we could take their word for that. I guess that's true. But like this whole thing with MLB has been a song, a dance, piss on my head, tell me it's raining. And now, like you said, the states aren't stopping them. The federal government's not stopping them. You were supposed to take this time and be ready to play as soon as you could play. Instead, you wanted to play games. Your owners played games. The MLBPA, they have to have their stance. They have to protect their players. Players have fought too hard and come too far to start like going backwards now. Not in the year where change is happening and people are going forward. People are actually making strides for, I don't know, what's fair and what's right. MLB, unwritten rules, stuck in the past. Once again, here we are as MLB fans looking dumb as shit because these guys should be set up and ready to return.
All right. I mean, you're definitely right on that. You're definitely on that. There's no rhyme or reason. Let's just get fucking baseball back. This shit is exhausting right now. And now you're going to play a 50-game farce of a season because you can't get right on the money.
50 games? Like,
I don't know what we're doing here.
Let's laugh about that.
That shit's a month, like a month and a half of games.
Serious about not being serious.
That's like,
y'all ready
for
a 50-game sprint?
I'm ready for anything at this point, but it's just gonna be corny when you lose a couple of games because anybody could be anybody in baseball. You lose a couple of games, you're basically out the playoff race for a week.
I mean, what if we go on an 8-game losing streak?
You can't have none of those. You're on the 8-game losing streak. It's all right. Just give up. Sell.
It's like in football. It's like in football. You lose the first 2 games of the season, you're basically out of the playoffs. Right?
Yeah, it's like football basically.
Nah, because you know what's gonna really piss me off if they do a 50-game season and the Yankees are mathematically out of it early. Then I'm gonna be fucking tight.
After all that shit. No. You know why I feel confident, man. I feel confident in a 50-game season with the Yankees is because
I think they're built for a short season.
They're built for a short season, exactly. Especially with the.
Imagine we were, I don't know, Royals fans. Imagine we were Marlins fans. Would you even care to watch this season?
You know what? Hold on.
We don't have a chance to win a 50-game season. So,
you know who I'm afraid of? The team that I'm afraid of in a 50-game season? That's the Blue Jays.
The Blue Jays. Yeah.
those motherfuckers
are ready.
Man.
Them young boys are ready.
Yeah.
They had a good draft as well. Those young boys.
They have a very good draft. Yeah, they had a very good draft.
I look at it like this, man. I can laugh about the 50-game season. Like I think I put a tweet out. I was like, I went to 40 games last year, 50 games. But the thing is, you can't call the champion a World Series champion.
You know what? I'm not even. I'm not gonna hold it against any team that wins, whatever it is, whether it's 50 game, whatever the hell we got, because this is not a normal circumstance here. Everybody's going through the same shit. So I'm just gonna, whatever it is, that's where it lies. That's just
not holding it against the champion. The champion is the champion, but not a World Series champion. What do they call it? They're gonna call it a World Series because they're lazy and this is how baseball like does shit.
Well, they
don't care.
trademarked that name. They trademarked.
Manfred doesn't care. If I had the conversation with Manfred, like, yo, bro, the path to the World Series is not like we can't hold this and say that the winner is the World Series champion. You know that doesn't sound right, right? 50 games. Manfred won't get that. He'll be like, oh, it's just a piece of metal. World Series champs.
50 games.
Yeah, I mean,
is the playoffs? The playoffs still going to be the same?
I don't know how the playoffs are going to be. That's the thing. And you know what? We got a pretty good question. I don't know if you guys want to take questions while we're doing this, but
yeah,
we're good.
We got a pretty good question on here from someone. Let me connect this here. Let me see. Hold on.
Oh, you mean the voicemail?
Hey guys, quick question. Which Yankee do you believe will be most
shit.
from a short?
Damn it.
What?
My bad. Let me connect this here. Bluetooth. All right, let's see. There you go. Connected. All right. You ready?
Ready.
Hey guys, quick question. Which Yankee do you believe will be most beneficial from a shortened season such as 50 games? Thank you guys for answering.
Which Yankee do you think, and thank you so much for the voicemail, which Yankee do you think will be the most to benefit from a 50-game season?
I'm going to go with what keeps Stanton.
Yeah, I mean, I want to stay with that because I really do think warm weather Stanton, in shape Stanton can get hot where we just see him hitting bombs. So, yeah, G, give me year 3 G.
I believe the one that stands to benefit the most, I think the one that stands to benefit and the one that stands to also lose the most is probably Gio Urshela. Because if he comes back and in this 50-game small sprint, he comes back and he's hot, right? Then people will say, hey, now this is 2 years. This is the real deal. If he comes back and he's struggling, right? And I think that people will have less patience with people trying to figure out their slumps. If he comes back and he bombs, then it's kind of like left in a limbo, kind of like, I don't know, was he what he was last year? Was that a one-year wonder kind of thing? What do we do going forward? Like kind of thing. So I think personally, Gio Urshela.
Like Andujar, you're up.
Okay.
That's gonna benefit more or not, like, or lose out.
It could be benefit.
Season. I think Luke Voigt will lose out because of a shortened season because he could go on those runs, but then remember that slump as well that he went through.
But I think he went on that slump because he got hurt.
Well, I mean, yeah, but
that's.
I think Luke Voigt. I think Luke Voigt.
Yes. All right.
Pitching wise, I'm worried for my man Hap. Hap was looking good in the spring. He's older and
worried about him too.
When you're older, these months are longer. He was looking good in the spring, and now he's got to figure out how to get back up off the couch, get it together, and I mean, he could have a couple outings where it turns into home run derby.
I seen
like, oh no, get him out of here.
Get him the fuck.
Yo, now you all be. I seen somebody say, I forgot who it was on Twitter. That, like,
you suck.
For those players, like for those minor league players, like if the major league players don't end up playing or because something obviously, because of COVID, they don't want to risk it or anything like that. That those minor league players, they should bring them up and
they should
just try them out in a shortened season and see what happens then. Because obviously with the whole minor league debacle and everything, I'm like, damn, I would like to see David Garcia.
Hashtag let the kids play.
Well, they're going to be on the roster. It's going to be expanded rosters anyway, right? So you may see them anyway. But
Flash.
That would be interesting. We'd even get into towards the cheating shit where we talked about what we really think is in that letter. Which, guys, it's not. By the way, what happened was during that time, that letter, we talked about it earlier. It happened. It was written back in 2017 when the Yankees got fined for incorrect use of a bullpen phone, okay? It's not from this, whatever it is, where people think, oh my God, it's this new information. This is not new information, right? So, it's just incorrect use of a bullpen phone. And what I think is, I don't think it has anything to do with the cheating where the Yankees are embarrassed. I think it has to do with Larry. And I think Larry was on the phone talking like they were talking in there, you know, just striking out while he was waiting for the replay. He's like, hey, man, I just don't know how to get these youngins to get this. Hold on, let me get my booker. Just freaking cleaning up all the dust off of that shit. These kids want sabermetrics. I just told them, throw a fastball when it's fast, throw a changeup when he doesn't want it, and just that's it. But they want more. They want all of these analytics, and I think he went on a rant in that phone call. And I think it's quite embarrassing that they had their pitchers listening to this man that would rant this way, kind of like an old man rant. And that's my view. Until new news comes out, that's what happened. Okay?
Blame Larry.
Blame Larry. I think Larry was the one.
You did it.
Something happened with Larry. He said something that wasn't, you know, that they're like, that was the incorrect use of the bullpen phone. It's like, why is he calling the replay guy to talk about these issues mid-game? What are you doing? And Girardi's at the end of the bench like, yo,
Larry.
You want to tell me that's a ball strike? He's like, yeah, 1 second. Yeah, I just don't get these kids. And this Girardi guy right here, man, he's just, I think I'm going to get him fired. But
Larry does not want to change. That man
Where's he at
wants
now?
to say San Diego.
He's over
here. Blame Larry. Hashtag blame Larry.
Yankees did not steal signs. It's that simple. This is not a sign stealing thing, right?
Well, I think that they did do something because I think Joe Rivera
didn't get caught in this like letter or whatever. This isn't about sign stealing. This is about improper use of a bullpen phone.
Correct. I think prior to it, I think when replay first came out and the MLB did not let people know the way that, you know, I think after the Apple Watch thing, I think some people may have kind of curtailed what they were doing. I do think that the Yankees were probably taking, you know, probably looking at replay and stuff like that, trying to decipher signs and then sending it to the person at, you know, via signs or the person at second base. I think most of the league does that or has tried to do that. But I don't think that they had a freaking, you know, things fixed on there, and then with nobody on base, kind of trash banging or buzzing or whistling or letting people know, like, hey,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
this is the sign that's coming.
There was no elaborate scheme to steal signs. Like like the Yankees steal signs, like the rest of the league steal signs, and I think you guys put it in the chat. It said if they really investigated the entire league, they would find that they would have to punish the entire league.
The entire league.
Steal signs, but not like the trash can bangers.
Yeah, that was
they were saying like half the league basically. They would have to suspend half the freaking league.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
So we have do we have anything else that we need to talk about or before I rock these voicemails?
I mean, it's a long you know, because MLB responded to the MLBPA saying that, hey, listen, man, whatever, let's just play. And then MLB responded. I don't know if you want me to read the first half of that.
I don't give a shit what the hell MLB has to say, bro. Because to me, that's all eyewash. Because they want to just kind of put something out there in wording that they're trying to put their best efforts to trying to negotiate some sort of deal, right? They're trying to put a best effort because they know that the players will take them to arbitration, and they're trying to put together some words, right? So that they can show the arbiter like, yo, we put our best effort. Bullshit. It's not the best effort because all you're doing is you keep giving them the same fucking deal.
Exactly.
Where's the effort here? Where's
they
the
said,
good?
I seen somebody say that they rejected it as soon as they hit send.
Yeah, it was a player. Like who was it?
Yeah.
I think McCutcheon typed lol after he seen it. Laughing out loud. And he says that's
the same offer with a different bow on it. Here
you
go.
Yeah, like you funny. Like, hey buddy, you funny. Well, one of the things that we have, one of the last things that we have, a player, a major league player, was positive for COVID-19.
I thought it was a coach.
A coach too.
It's a MLB player has COVID-19. Unnamed 40-man roster player and a major league pitching coach
and a pitching coach
and a major league pitching coach have tested positive for coronavirus.
Okay. Well, people think that this has gone away for some reason. It hasn't.
We're still in a pandemic.
We're still in that.
It's still out there, and
people chilling out there raw, Chris.
Yeah,
raw. Listen to me. They're in the streets raw.
Raw, no mask.
With no mask. Okay, no rubber on, rubber gloves. They're just going out there, going raw. They're just going raw on everybody, willy nilly.
Hey, I watched the protest. There was thousands of people, no social distancing.
Yeah, there was no. But then I'm hearing like, hey, they could spike up again, man.
Yeah, don't let it creep up on you.
Nah, man, not at all. Now
you can't be going out there going raw dogs, man. No raw dogs.
Raw dog. We've had some airing of grievances.
You got to go get tested after that for COVID.
We need the bell. Airing of grievances.
You got the bell, Joe? You got the bell?
Oh, shit. Where's the bell? Damn,
where's the bell, man? Where's
airing
the bell?
Of grievances.
Keith has a long list, and I can't wait.
Oh, shit. I don't got the bell.
Before I completely lay into the Major League Baseball Manfreds, I want everyone to watch Long Gone Summer tonight. Well, this podcast will come out tomorrow, but the people in the chat, watch Long Gone Summer tonight. Reminisce about the good old days. It ain't even got nothing to do with the Yankees. I'm sure the Yankees will be in some kind of part of it, but watch this, the Long Gone Summer of 98. Think about baseball, Mark McGwire, man, MLB has dropped the ball with everything in the last few years. Like my airing of grievances, I don't know. What happened was June 10th hit, and I saw that morning people were getting at Trevor Plouffe because Plouffe dropped the Plouffe bomb, and he said that spring training 2 would start on June 10th. I really think because of how crooked the owners are and how they play the media, I really think that MLB has stalled, because when that did come out, everyone was like, yo, it seems like there's truth to it, but MLB stalled. They took their time so that this couldn't happen. So,
well, to put pressure on the players too.
I mean, the negotiations, like, it didn't need to take this long. Like you said it when you said no one is stopping you, right? Like you should have been ready to rock as soon as you legally were able to rock, and they're not ready to rock. So put it on the list. MLB has mishandled baseball's return from COVID-19. Media coverage of negotiations. We should have never seen all the dirty laundry back and forth.
Tell him,
Speaking out against racism, injustice, social issues in our country.
Tell him,
Did you see the weak-ass attempt? One, it was late. They put out a late statement. Two, they put out a video with Doug Glanville narrating it. They didn't show one baseball player. The only athlete I saw in it before I turned it off was Enes Kanter wearing a Celtics jersey. Like, who is behind these like video edit? Who's doing this? The Astros cheating scandal. Remember that? How could we not? They messed up the investigation. They messed up the punishment, and they were delayed on the investigation and the punishment. JomBoy had to make a video go viral. Manfred is sitting there like, oh, we got to grant the players immunity. No, what is going on? Like, postseason games on TV, I wrote. Now, how dumb is it that when you want to watch the best baseball, they have blackouts on MLB TV. You can't find the game. The game should be on Fox, TNT TV. You can't find the game. It's blacked out in your area. You got to go to a Reddit stream. Like, do y'all want us to watch baseball, or you don't really want us to watch baseball?
Tell him, Keith.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
They scheduled an ALCS game in the Bronx for 4 p.m. on a Tuesday.
Bruh.
Are you drunk? Why would you do that? Do you understand? Like, do you know how any of this works? American League Championship game. Oh, the fix was in. I see what y'all try to do. You not low. Players Weekend jerseys. How bad was the Players Weekend jerseys this year? All white and all black? Yo, that doesn't make sense. The ball is white. The pitcher had to change his hat because when you pitch and the ball is coming in with a white hat and the white, come on. Nobody, do y'all watch baseball? Who signed off on that? Bam. I know y'all remember Bam because I already spoke on it on this podcast. Baseball Advanced Media. Remember they had an embargo? These heads really tried to flag all content. They're still giving Joe's McFly, John Boy, anyone that creates YouTube content around baseball a hard time. Remember when you weren't even allowed to clip the game and post it? Like you literally couldn't grow the game online because MLB thought that they were making a money move and a power move. Fast forward to now, that was dumb. What else? I put steroids. Oh, putting nets up to protect the fans. How long did it take for them to, like, how many kids had to get their faces smashed? How many old people had to get sent to the hospital because a foul ball hit them? Like, come on, MLB, wild slow with stuff like that. You can go, if you look at my Twitter and go through this tweet, people added a bunch of shit. They're like, MLB is a joke. Getting that Manfred, they're comparing him to Trump. It's like, yo, this dude has made so many mistakes. He removed the fan cave. 2014, my year in the fan cave was the last year. Manfred became commissioner in 2015, and he said, "We don't need that. We don't need that in New York."
Got him.
Keith got
it. Somebody said minor league salaries, instant replay,
Oh
the
my
umpiring.
God, they destroyed the minor
stadium
leagues this
deals.
year. They dismantled the minor leagues this year, and then they couldn't pay these kids $400 a week.
Bro.
How do you
And
grow
we-
the
we-
game in the future of the game, treating your young players that are gonna be the stars like shit?
We didn't even see the whole 3-batter pitcher rule yet, but I'm playing MLB the show. Shit's a fucking disaster. It's a joke.
Umpiring. How many times do we watch the umps blow games, miscalled? We had a whole season of Brett Garner banging his bat because these umps are so bad.
Nobody's being reprimanded.
Instant replay sucks. Like, there's a long list, yo. Like,
the shift,
bro.
the shift.
They're gonna
Bro,
talk
it's
about
just-
universal DH forever, but they'll put a pitching clock. They want to talk pace of play, but
Exactly. The pace of play over universal DH and everything. It's just horrible, man.
So
It's just
backwards.
horrible.
It's so
just-
backwards.
You want to
They don't
grow the
know how to
game.
market their players.
Exactly. That's the one that, I mean, everything else is fucking horrible. But
It's so
not
easy to
knowing
market
how to
your
market
players
your
with social media. They don't know how to. I actually interviewed for a job for a player social media coordinator position where I would be the middleman between the videos, the images, and the content that MLB gets for Mookie Betts, Judge, whatever. These are baseball players. They don't know how to really like navigate the waters of their Twitter, their Instagram, and they shouldn't have to. Shout out to Judge. He's got a team that I noticed in the last year, like, made his stuff better. But like MLB, y'all should have been on this years ago to market your players. They just let Jeter be the last face of baseball, and they're like, "We're done.
Yeah, we're done.
Thanks,
That's it.
Beats."
Manfred.
Manfred,
You
man.
suck.
Manfred.
2024, Manfred is commissioner for the next 4 years.
It's horrible, B. He's gonna burn it to the ground, man.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
There's gonna be a strike.
Bro,
There's
we're gonna be old men
there's gonna
telling
be a
people about the good old days of the Yankees,
Mm-hmm.
baseball. Yo, when I was a kid, the Yankees won the World Series 5 times.
Yeah.
You know, like, seriously, like, we're gonna be those old men. We're gonna be telling our kids, like, oh, like, they're gonna be like, "You went to baseball games?
Right. Like, really?
Why?"
I just really hate that this is all happening when we got Garrett Cole.
Yeah, that sucks.
Oh,
Like,
Fixes
I
in.
knew it was too good to be true.
All right.
Bro. I knew it was too good to be true.
Yeah.
Bro.
All right, guys, we got voicemails.
We got 2 more, right? 2 more. 'Cause
well-
you played one already.
I did.
So
Hold
2 more.
on. All right, let's hear this one.
Hey fellas, this is Sarge out Jersey. I just want to know, besides buying merch and following you on social media, like, how do we support the podcast? I know John Boy has a Patreon account, but is there like a Patreon for each show, like talking Yanks, talking baseball, Pinstripe Strong, or is it just support John Boy on Patreon? I appreciate the feedback, guys. Love the show. Talk to you later.
Oh, thank you so much for the voice.
Thank you for the voicemail.
That's a good question.
Appreciate it.
We probably should create something, right? Like,
Yeah, we should have a Patreon.
we should do like a Patreon for Pinstripe Strong, or do something like we'll have like some extra content. We'll do the after pod. We'll put the after pod on there where we'll just talk shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? Yes. We'll do that. You know,
I mean,
we'll figure it out.
It's funny to have someone ask, like, "Yo, how can I support you?"
No, I love that. I love that energy because
that's crazy. Yeah, that's
and we're
awesome.
like, come into the super chat and throw some money on YouTube.
That too. Even though the super chat YouTube be taking their bread, like, I don't know, but we can do something like that. We can open up donations and we can do like a Pinstripe Strong pool, and we can have that money, use it toward like other stuff, whether it's giveaways or stuff like that. I also want to create like I want to create it so that, and I still got to ask John Boy to see if we could do this, but well, we could create a PO box for sure, like in case people want to send us stuff. We can do that too. I don't know if we want to send everything to the office because then we'll kind of know where the office is, and I don't want to send everything to my address because I don't know if I want people to know where my address is. So we'll probably do a PO box
too.
Yeah,
John Boy tried to get one set up. I think he tried to get one set up for the office in the Bronx, and it didn't go so smoothly.
All right, so let me see what I can do, guys. I'll get back to you on that. Right now, the only thing I have is like on my Twitch. There's a dono page, but that's not that has to do with my Twitch. That has to do with my stuff, and then people come in from time to time and they drop super chats as well. People drop super chats as well. So
Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Zelle,
OnlyFans for people. I don't know.
If you look up OnlyFans, on OnlyFans.
He said OnlyFans and shit.
OnlyFans.
I love the way you rock that fitted. Rock that fitted, boy. Love it.
I'll show
I
my
have
bald
a
head.
question for
Make sure to
you.
keep NJ on Cash App. You can send the $5. Appreciate it.
Start it over, Joe.
There's another voicemail here from somebody. Let's see what he says.
Snapchat.
I have a question for Joe, Keith, and Chris. Let's say baseball doesn't happen this year, and the next year they're going to strike. What are you guys going to do with your life? Bye.
Now, I'm not going to listen. I'm not going to make fun of the man's name because the man's voice, because I don't know if this is actually his voice or he's just pretending.
No, I think
I don't know. I don't know, but he says, "What are we going to do with our life if the rest of this season is, I guess, washed out, and then next year they go on strike?" First of all, they can't go on strike next year. They would have to play baseball next year. That would be the year after, that's when negotiations, they go on strike then. What would you do with your life, Keith?
For y'all that don't know, I watch the NBA. I'm a Nets fan. I also do a podcast called Talking Nets. We will cover the NBA and cover the Nets. I'm also into football just a little bit. Dallas Cowboys, they're far from here, but it's America's team. How about them? So when the NFL kicks off, I will be covering the NFL. I also played Division I football at 2 schools, James Madison University, Monmouth University.
Keith is getting back into sports. He's gonna play sports again.
Back into my football knowledge and speak on that. But let's take the sports out of it, right? If there's no sports, I exist. I stay fit out here. They opening the gym back up. I'm gonna get active.
Okay. Maybe you should.
I got things I could do out here.
All right.
I'll be all right.
Open up his YouTube page, turns into a workout page, which I think, Keith, I don't know if you should probably do that and give people workout tips and do all that on your YouTube page. Just a suggestion, which I think you'd probably be awesome at, and probably let people know how you stay fit, even through pandemic time.
Well, Keith, after my recovery, I am going on a
no excuse, Chris. I want you to work out during the recovery. I'm gonna watch you though. I'm not gonna.
No, well, basically during the recovery, you do have to kind of work out. Like I was doing the total gym and cycling, and basically to get back.
Okay.
To learn how to walk again. So with my comeback,
next to him is Jacoby Ellsbury.
Yeah, you might. Now with my comeback, I am gonna get into working out. So if you are gonna do that, Keith, I'll be I'll be in there. I'll be one of your
I'll just-
customers.
You just hit me direct, like, yo, bro, what do you think I should do? I'll tell you, because I've been doing this, but I've never thought to really put it out there like that, because I'm like, why are they gonna listen to me? I'm not a personal trainer. I'm not certified.
But people want to see sometimes regular people try to figure it out.
Exactly. It's all about regular people, and that's what I'm saying. Like right now, my before picture and what my after picture is gonna be. I'm telling you, I'm your poster boy.
So Chris, what are you gonna do again? What, hold on. What are you gonna? Can you answer the question? What are you gonna do here? I'm putting you on the spotlight here. What are you going to do, Chris?
I'm gonna be
if there is no baseball.
We are well versed, man. Whoever has the chance or whoever has listened to the after pod, we talk about everything. We talk about wrestling, we talk about music, we talk about current events. You know, we talk about working out, we talk about family. So I mean, we're not just Yankee fans. We're real people that that like other shit. So obviously, we don't have another podcast talking about those things. We touch on it here in the after pod.
Yet,
we could pivot. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we could pivot, man. We could pivot. We touch on everything. Listen. And obviously, if like I said, if Keith is gonna do the health thing, the Pinstripe Strong Health division, hey, I'm in there, man. We gotta do this.
Yeah, we could.
I'm with it. I'm already down.
We could be, to be honest, to keep it real. There's a whole lot of things in this world we could seriously not keep it serious about. So it's a whole bunch of shit. For me personally, I was already thinking about just expanding into different areas anyway. So,
right.
If baseball for some reason goes away, like right now, I am going heavy on my Twitch and I'm doing, a lot of stuff. I am playing MLB The Show, but I wasn't expanding to other different kind of video games as well, just kind of playing it as a regular guy. Just playing it and not taking it too serious, but just kind of making jokes and shit and just going through like story modes, I don't know, like Dragon Ball Z. But I also wanted to take it into like a retro style and play the different kind of baseball games. Like I want to play Mario Super Baseball. I want to play that shit, which I haven't played it. I played Mario Tennis. I played the other ones. I have not played that Mario Baseball one. I want to play that. Mm-hmm. I want to play the old shit, the old Ken Griffey Jr. baseball game. I could play that. Now that I got this computer, I could play on the emulator. I want to play some of these old games, bro. So,
Facts.
I'll be doing that. MLB MVP Baseball 2005, which is the greatest baseball game ever created. I'll probably play that. And I was going to end up doing reviews, not reviews, but like watching certain stuff and like kind of like reacting to it, right?
You should watch old school hip hop videos. It's gritty.
Bro, you watching Wu-Tang shits, it's like, yo, man, I don't want to walk there, bro. I don't want to walk there. So that's what I'll do. And thank you so much for thinking about us. And I guess, and I'm not gonna make fun of your voice. I'm not, because I don't know if that's your real voice or if you're pretending. I'm on the side that I think that you're pretending, but I will not make fun of your voice, which sounds like Marvin. All right. All right.
So Marvin. You know why I think it's Marvin? Because he called me earlier in the week with that same voice.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Marvin. We got another one from our boy Shaq here.
Hey, let's go.
Hello, this is Shaq, and this time I don't have a mask on because I'm home. And
by the way, he left me a voicemail before. I don't know what the fuck he said on that shit. I had to send him a message, and I was like, yo, bruh, what the hell did you say? And he was like, oh, nah, man, I'll leave it again. So this is him leaving it again.
And what I was saying before was I was asking, and I was saying that I know this is a Yankees podcast, but, and I was asking y'all, can y'all touch on the, on like how wild that was for the Last Dance, the Jordan documentary, and like episode 9, where there were like 5 guys in Utah delivering 1 box of.
Oh shit! He's
talking about those and can y'all touch on like how suspect that sounds?
So he's basically talking about The Last Dance and the pizza and stuff like that, and how 5 people delivered there and stuff like that. Isn't that shaky? If we could touch on that. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much of that story I believe, but it was.
Hey, first off, Jordan lied.
He
made that up.
It wasn't pizza.
He made a lot of that up.
Come on.
Yeah, that was weird.
I've been eating. I've received.
Come on, Jordan, you're gonna eat a whole pie by yourself?
You're about to give us a number of pizzas you've had.
For many years of my life. I received 3,000. I received many pizza deliveries in my life. I've never seen 5 guys deliver pizza.
My man, Jordan is such a mother that he's just gonna sit there, eat a whole pie by his damn self at like 3 a.m. with 5 hungry ass dudes around him, and not one other dude took a bite out of it.
Yo, Jordan lied. Jordan doesn't order back then. Think about it. When you call over the phone, okay, who's this delivery for? Michael Jordan?
Well, hello, this is Michael Jordan security guard. We would like to order Michael Jordan for the Chicago Bulls. We would like to, yes, the one that's actually going against your Utah Jazz and trying to eliminate them. We would like you to poison his food by bringing
a pizza to Jordan and have 5 guys. 5 guys is burgers and fries, not pizza. If 5 guys show up to deliver you anything, you should be afraid. You shouldn't accept it. You should probably call the cops. I don't call the police, but I'm speaking to the people that do.
Right.
The only 5 guys delivery.
Jordan talked about having food poisoning, right? If you're listening to this pod and you've had food poisoning before, you most likely didn't get it from like bread or cheese. Think about what you got the food poisoning from and how it ran through your system. And like, I had food poisoning before. You're not going to hoop. You're not going to hoop. You will lose so much fluids. Like you won't have the energy to go out and drop 38 points.
Keith, the only 5 guys delivery that we should have is a burger.
Facts. Burgers and fries. When he said 5 guys for a pizza, and even the pizza place came out, the guy came out and he was like, the guy that owned the pizza place was like, no, I made the pizza, and like there wasn't 5 of us. Maybe there was more than one guy. Maybe there was 2 or 3, but 5?
Maybe because the guy said, maybe the delivery guy said, yo, I'm gonna deliver this pizza to Michael Jordan. You guys want to come with me so you can meet him? I remember I worked, I think it was Dan Marino, but I worked at Papa John's in PA, and the customer was Dan Marino. And my brother was the manager. It was like, yo, fucking Dan Marino's ordering a pizza. This shit's fucking crazy. Yeah. Well, I think Dan Marino owns Papa. I don't know what it is, but whatever. He owns something, but it was Dan Marino that called in and placed that order. So I mean, I can understand being hyped to meet a athlete, a superstar athlete,
biggest athlete in the world at the time.
Right.
Exactly. So maybe that's what I'm saying. Maybe he called his friends. They were hyped. They fucked around with the pizza. I don't know, but it just seems crazy, especially at that time.
Right. Richie in the chat with a $4.99 super chat. Thank you so much for that. He says,
thank you, sir.
What can the other sports learn from UFC being the only ones operating and doing it safe, but the brand hasn't been compromised? UFC kind of operates all separate. One, it's not a unionized sport, right? So it's a little different, right? The other thing is just that UFC is kind of like they beat to the beat of their own drum. I think it's more telling that a lot of these international European soccer leagues are kind of starting. I think maybe learning from them would probably be better because the thing is that with them, they have to travel across different countries sometimes to compete against each other, and that's something that they should probably look into.
Messi had a goal.
Didn't know who it was against, but Messi had a goal.
Yeah, he did.
But that's what I think there. So the pizza thing is kind of weird. Let me see who else we got. We got one more here.
Okay. Yeah, Joe, how you doing? I'm Michael. I'm from Long Island.
and I just wanted to talk to you about, like, what's your take on the whole thing with the this whole thing, how these players are so greedy, and look what's going on in this world. I mean, thousands of people have died from the coronavirus, and millions of people are out of work, and now we got the terrible, tragic death of George Floyd and the riots, and all these baseball players, all they care about is the money, and I just.
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry about that. My freaking phone always times out.
I know, going from 36 million to 9 million is a huge drop off, but I think they have to just bite the bullet and play. I mean, we all love baseball, and I just think it's terrible that we're taking this hit, and they're losing billions because of this. And I think they have to just negotiate. They have to just work out whatever they have to work out and come to an agreement. So I just want to know your whole take on this whole thing. And I think that these baseball players are going to lose a lot of fans because, I mean, I don't really respect them anymore because of all this, because I think they just care about the money more than they care about the death of George Floyd and, the thousands of people that died in the COVID-19. And so I just want to get your take on that. And thanks, man. Thanks a lot.
All right. Well, that's Michael in the chat. You guys might see him in the YouTube chat every now and then, kind of chiming in all the time. Michael has no problem saying what he feels. So thank you so much for the voicemail.
Thank you. I mean, you touched on it earlier.
Yeah, you kind of heard a little bit of how I feel about it. I don't know, I didn't, because I went on a little rant. I didn't really give you guys a chance to talk about it, but it's kind of like that with the players. With me, I'm on the player side, bro. Like, I'm never gonna take the side of the owner, the billionaire owner, who's paying these guys. Are there concessions that need to be made on both sides? I understand that. I don't think that, and I'm sure, I don't know if you guys feel the same way. I don't think that because they don't want to take less or play for less, I don't think that it has anything to do with how they feel on the, what's going on politically and socially and everything like that. I don't think it has anything to do with that. Like I said, he's here for a short time. You're here for a good time, not a long time. So
the players aren't going to lose any fans.
The players aren't going to lose fans.
The owners have 0 fans as it is.
Right.
This is only on one side. It's on the owners. If anything, these owners are tone deaf. These owners don't care about what's going on. These owners would have came together and said, hey, it really would be symbolic and great if America's pastime could figure out how to come back on July 4th weekend.
That would have made sense.
To
Too much sense.
They had the power to do that. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
He said that makes too much sense for that to happen.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But I mean, it's silly. I don't put it on the players. I put it on the owners. And that's my stance on it.
I mean, I respect your opinion, but I'm not going to, again, these owners are going to be here well after the players retire or can't play anymore because their abilities are not here anymore. They can make it up some other year. They should be the ones to bite the bullet, not the players that are here for a short time.
Like, imagine what the owners coming out and saying, yeah, obviously with everything that's going on in the world with the pandemic, we're trying to bring baseball back as quick as possible. The players don't have to worry about their salaries. However many games we're going to play, we're going to pay them 100% of their salaries.
Right.
Imagine what that would have done to the game of baseball.
Right.
To be the first league to be like, yo, the players shouldn't worry. Minor leagues players shouldn't worry. Don't worry about that. We're going to make up that money. And because now you're focusing the shift on starting the season as opposed to having this back and forth, damaging the reputation of the game. It's just silly, man. Like Keith says, they keep dropping the ball. This would not be the topic right now in anything, radio, TV, podcasts. It would be about, baseball's trying to do everything they can to bring, to start the season.
Facts.
And they just keep dropping the ball on everything, man. I don't understand this shit. I really don't, because it's right there in front of your face. You know what I mean? It's just they make it so hard for themselves, and it just looks silly because now the players are looking at it like, yeah, these motherfuckers don't care about us. You know what I mean? Like
They don't really care about us.
It's just horrible.
If the people in power did what was right more often, we wouldn't be in a lot of shit that we're in right now.
Exactly.
I can't expect these
That's a good job, Keith.
billionaire owners to care the same way a lot of the people that led us into this coronavirus pandemic, George Floyd, racial issues, riots, and like we've
Systemic racism. Yep.
Yeah, we've been led astray. And I mean, I would love for the owners to have just done what was right and say, listen, we're all the way up here, we can afford it. But that would have been bad for business, and all they care about is their bottom line, the bottom dollar in business first. So it's really only one-sided, man. It's really only one-sided. These players have God-given talents, and they have a very small window to perfect their skills and talent and collect.
It almost feels like nobody has perspective. That's what it feels like. It's like everybody's afraid of feeling like, oh, if I take a, I don't want to take a L. You know, it's kind of like if you and your, let's just say you and your girlfriend get into an argument. You're both fucking wrong in the argument, but both of y'all have the ego to not want to say, oh, you know what, to extend the olive branch. You know what I mean? Because the first one that does it shows a sign of weakness. Why I gotta be like that, bro? Like, to me, it seems like the players kind of they made a couple of concessions already, right? That's what it kind of feels like. Now everything is kind of stuck on the money. Oh, the money's gonna be like this. They're willing to play as many games as you want. They're willing to play this. They're willing to play all the way till November. They're willing to play. They're willing to do all of these things. And if you want them to take a pay cut, then all they're asking you to do is open up the books so we can justify it. If you don't want to open up the books, then we ain't got nothing to talk about. Simple as that.
Conversation.
It's very simple. If the owners can show financially, hey man, we're gonna take a big loss, man. Look, we're opening the books. Look, it's just transparency. Are you telling me that the players are then gonna say, oh, you know what? Let me get every fucking dollar if they're really actually losing? The thing is that the owners know that if they open up those fucking books, they're fucked. They know it. Yeah, it's over. Because they know that they're making money. They've been making money hand over fist for years, and they know that it's going to be used in the next labor negotiation, because it will be. We just got to take a look. We just took a look at the scope. Why are we arguing about money here? You make enough of it. You guys are operating in the surplus. I read that the United States the other day is at $55 trillion deficit. Sorry. Like they're $55 trillion in debt. I looked at it, I'm like, who the fuck do we owe $55 trillion to? That name just sounds like made up. Like somebody just, 55 trillion. They just put a whole bunch of zeros. MLB is operating in the plus for years. So, sorry. That's all I got to say about that. But this podcast
is not dying. People want to say that the game is dying, but it isn't that the game is dying. It's that they're killing the game.
It's killing it. Thank you. Thank you, Keith.
The game is dying internally. Like, no one is doing anything to affect the dying. Like, the league is self-destructing. And when you look at the last 5 years, you can go look this up. That's another thing. People have internet access. Like this is not a secret. Go look it up. The MLB is the most profitable it's been in the last few years.
Yeah,
but these guys are like the Chappelle gif where Dave Chappelle's holding the money close to his chest. He's got all the money close to his chest. These guys are trying to hug every dollar,
every cent
with the crown.
Yeah, like yo, and I don't understand why us common folk, us regular paying fans that have to pay for MLB TV, have to pay for season tickets, or if you're under casual and you just go to one game and you end up spending $300-$400 on that one game for you and your friend or your family to go, why are we looking at the situation talking about the players?
Because the thing is that I think I know what it is.
There's only one way to look at it. Manfred and the owners are killing the game. They don't care about the game. And I'm telling you, us as fans, I'm already embarrassed, bro. I'm already embarrassed as a Yankee fan. I told people this year, this is the season. If you ever cared about the Yankees, watch this season. We got Garrett Cole.
Watch the season that didn't happen.
Let me shut up. Let me just shut up. Let me stop being such a blind, faithful Yankee fan, thinking that MLB is going to figure it out one day. They're not.
You know,
keep
Keith,
going backwards.
I think I know why the average person looks at it like at the millionaires, right? Look at them like, yo, what the hell? Why people always take the player side? I feel like millionaire sounds more attainable, not attainable, but more like an average person could kind of go to millionaire than a billionaire. Like a billionaire just sounds like so far away. Like it's like not, like it doesn't even exist, bro. That's how far away it can be, right? Like it's like a freaking billionaire, right? I think people are like, yo, bro, you're a millionaire. You kind of came from where we came from. You're making millions of dollars now. What's the problem if you take a couple of millions off? You always like, you came from where we, like the billionaires didn't come from where we're at. They're billionaires, right?
They all pretty much.
I think that's kind of it, right? Where they're looking at it like, yo, you know, Joe Schmo, Joe, let's just say I made the major leagues. Joe, you grew up in the Bronx, bro. You're already making millions of dollars. You taking a $2 million pay cut, $3 million, $5 million, $10 million, $20 million, $30 million, whatever $1 million pay. You're already a millionaire. Who cares? Robinson Cano, you already a millionaire. The Yankees offered you $180 million. Why wouldn't you take a pay cut with them? You came from Dominican Republic. You're already a millionaire. What's a couple of more million to play in Nowheresville in Seattle? You know, I'm just giving that as an example. You know, kind of like the regular average person is, but I think you got to be above average, way above average to make the major leagues. But you know what I mean? Like you're kind of like average person got drafted, you know, like that's kind of how I look at it. Like nobody just comes off the streets, become a freaking billionaire. I think it's different. But if people kind of look at it as like, listen, somebody's paying these guys and he's paying not only 26-man roster, but he's also playing a whole 40-man roster. He's also paying a whole organization top to bottom. He has enough and has done some and is operating in the positive after all of this. I think that's what it is. I think that's why people feel like, why is it that these guys, you're already getting more than what you probably dreamed of in your life, you know?
Well, the players saying they're done negotiating. The players saying, tell us when and where to be. That is the players actually saying, you know what, we're not going to go back and forth and nickel and dime when really it's millions versus billions or whatever.
Right.
But that is the players saying, you know what, we want to go back to work. We didn't think it would get to this point where we'd be allowed to work and we're not set up to go back to work. Tell us when to be in spring training. Do we have to go to our training facilities in Arizona and Tampa, or do we report to our home stadium?
Correct.
Let's get it going.
Let's get it. Anything else you guys want to share? It's a pretty long podcast.
This podcast is going to come out on June 15th. We should get some news this week. And if we don't, man, it's all bad.
We'll get some Yankee news tomorrow for sure.
If they don't announce it by Friday, like what it's going to be, you might as well pick a NBA team. You might as well get ready for the NFL. It'll be training camp before you know it.
Yeah.
Oh,
hockey. The Rangers are in the playoffs, so.
All right.
Yeah, pick you a hockey team. I'm watching that tournament. Like, definitely.
I'm definitely watching the Rangers.
I'm rooting for the Rangers.
Let's talk about last and final takes. Last and final takes. The last and final takes. Time for Chris.
I wish everybody health, prosperity, money, and
somebody just said in the chat that you have a handsome beard.
Thank you.
The same wind blows on us all. Just said that. Is that?
Same wind blows on us all, man.
That sounds like has to be Marvin. You know, I swear that has to be Marvin.
That is Marvin.
Hey, this episode was for Chris. Chris is going in to get repaired and get right.
It's gonna be me and Keith for a little while.
So he's going to get his health together, and he's gonna miss some time on the pod, but we'll hold it down. This long pod. This pod talking about everything. This was a Chris episode, so hopefully people enjoyed.
I'm gonna make my return just like Stone Cold with the beer truck. I'll come back, man.
What made you think
I don't know, man. I don't know. Because you got a beer. That's why you got the beer right there. I don't know, man. You know, when wrestling was at its like crazy, with the Attitude Era, where every time somebody comes back after injury, the pop of the crowd.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
I'm
talk
about to
you
get
guys
back
soon.
into wrestling more now that baseball's going away. I'm about to tap back into my Nick Foley days.
There's actually a pay-per-view going on right now.
About to tap back into my
Backlash.
Degeneration next.
Facts, man.
Keith.
Nah, see you guys. Talk to you guys soon for sure, man.
Nice.
Pinstripe Strong Army.
Well, you can also leave a voicemail. Hey.
Nah.
What the hell? All right, Keith. What about you?
I'll be in the chat. I'll be in the chat.
All right.
In the YouTube chat, I mean.
All right. Any final comments or thoughts or anything like that?
Long gone summer, 9 o'clock.
All right. That's good. And
Smoke 'em if you got them. Have a good Sunday night, and hopefully we get the news that we've been waiting for tomorrow.
I hope so. And my thing is, look up on YouTube. Go watch Dave Chappelle 846. 846.
Absolutely. Hold on. Last
Go
messages.
watch that. Dave Chappelle just understands, just gets it. I love that guy, man. I do. I don't really say that I love people that I don't know. But he's one of the few. Dave Chappelle is the man. Dave Chappelle gets it. Go watch that. Dave Chappelle on YouTube 846. That shit's awesome. I freaking love it.
It's like 27 minutes. 20.
Take some time in your day.
Minutes. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Film all racists and police.
Yes.
Film them. If you see someone being racist or you see a cop apprehending a citizen, hit the camera and hit the red button.
Guys, you can follow us. Make sure you do subscribe to the Twitter. Subscribe to YouTube. Follow me on Twitch as well. Subscribe on Twitch as well. So I'm going to be having a whole bunch of subscribe rewards. I do play people that are from the chat. I'm also going to be having a tournament on there for people that are subscribed to my Twitch channel. I'll be playing against you guys, and I'll be having a cash prize as well for people. So that's pretty cool. Follow Chris at
Chris McFly 28. Chris McFly 28.
That's probably how you're going to get his takes now. And Keith, you can follow Keith at Keith_McPherson.
Just follow Pinstripe Strong.
Oh yeah, follow Pinstripe Strong, guys. Make sure you guys follow Pinstripe Strong.
You don't have to follow me because, like, I understand some people are racist, and I'm definitely gonna send something out there that if you're racist or a Trump supporter, you're gonna want to unfollow me.
Listen, if you're a racist, you're listening to the wrong podcast, brother. Or maybe you're listening to the right one. Maybe you're trying to change.
If you're trying to get informed, if you're a bigot, if you're a racist, but you're open-minded enough.
How that just sounds like an oxymoron. Huh? Just, if you're a bigot, if you're a racist, but you're open-minded.
You want to change.
If you you're like, you know what, at least 0.1 whatever percent. You're like, you know what, let me hear this Joe Z McFly out. Let me hear this Keith.
You know he says it that way too.
You want to change?
You know he says Joe Z. Joe Z
McFly. Yeah. If you want to change, this is the podcast for you. But if you're one track minded and you're blind to everything that's going on, and you say all lives matter, we don't need that, man. Not every support is good support. We don't need that.
Guys, listen. The same wind blows on us all. The same wind, the wind of opportunity, the wind of change, the wind of having things and not have. The same wind blows on everybody. But it's not the blowing of the wind that determines your life future. It's the set of the sail. All right?
Facts.
And that's the last thing that I'll leave with that. But guys.
R.I.P. Jim Rowe.
R.I.P. Jim Rowe. But like I always say, guys. Oh, shit. Make sure you guys keep your pinstripes on. And stay pinstripe strong. Let's go. Yankees, tell them no.
Joe, we still live. Bruce Lee, Joe's Lee. Joe's Lee.
Yo, I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick, but I'll stay on for a couple minutes. I'll be right back.
Nice. That was a fun podcast. It's nothing about a whole bunch of shit now.
This is the after party.
This is the after party. After pod. After pod. After pod. After pod. After pod. After pod. After. Oh, shit.
Joe, no! No! Please, no! What is going on here, dude? You're a meme now, guy.
Oh, shit. What the fuck was...
Guy, you're a meme now. Holy shit.
Damn,
what the fuck happened?
I fucking tripped on the chancleta, bro. Like I had one of the...
This thing that's just made of ice? Like, how you tripping?
No, because the shit... I put it on in the slip. Yo, bro, what the fuck? Yo, the shit is that when I fell on my green screen and everything.
Holy shit, dude. Holy shit. What the fuck is going on, man?
Yo, oh my god. Yo, I'm busting my ass, boy.
Wow. Damn, what the fuck happened?
Yo.
Joe, what happened here?
Yo.
Are you all right, man? You all right?
No, I'm good. It's just my pride is hurt. Yo,
I'm good. I'm just, yo, Keith, you just missed it.
What happened?
If you go on, Joe
Go in the
busted
chat.
his
I'm
ass.
in the chat.
Joe busted his ass.
Oh, it's somebody saw it.
Like,
I mean,
like literally a minute after you left.
I'm clipping that.
Is
Oh
the
my
same
God.
wind blows on us all. Is that Marvin?
Of course that's Marvin. Who else is it gonna be? He's lying. Now he came into the chat as Marvin Fly. What a liar.
Marvin, you're a liar.
oh, you was trying to dance, huh?
The
Hold on,
wind
hold
of opportunity, the wind of change.
I am clipping it right here. I'm looking at her.
Yo, make it a GIF. Make it a
Hold
GIF.
on.
After party. After pod. How can we make it sound like not like I'm going potty?
Oh my god, I busted my
Yo, make that a meme.
Oh my
please.
god, guys.
After party. Yeah, man.
What up, Rogers?
That shit is embarrassing. Yo, what's going on, Pinstripe Strong Army?
Oh, nah, that's a L, boy. What am I doing?
No, because
No, because. Anytime somebody says no because, that means it's over.
Marvin is on his phone and the laptop.
Yeah, you know he's lying. Why is he lying about it, though?
After party. Yeah, that's definitely Marvin. Or Ricky. Yeah.
This shit goes to me right here. Right here.
No, you know what you should do? You should play yourself like I got played on Twitch because nobody liked the song.
Yo, this is crazy.
Yeah, that shit is crazy.
I can't believe I busted my ass like that on live.
You gotta make it a GIF. I just ran it back and seen it. You was doing too much. You had the
You was doing too much.
I told him I
doing too much goes wrong.
Say Joe.
When he was sitting down, I was telling him, "Yo, we live." Like,
yeah, he said, "Yo, Joe, you doing too much."
Anything can happen. You know we live.
After pod. That's how you make a t-shirt. You gotta make a t-shirt with me flipping with a chancleta, like flying up and my leg up in the air, and then it says after pod. That's just the definition of afterpod.
That's the logo. That's the logo. Joe busting his ass in the afterpod.
Keep him in bounds.
McFly went flying.
Oh my god. Replay value means to me replay. I already know Marvin's gonna make a mistake. He's gonna say something on the same wind blows on the saw that
he's gonna say a Marvinism.
Hey Marvin, hey, Chris, you remember when we oh shit.
the wrong account.
Oh my god, that's
Jeff Hardy is about to fight right now.
Yo, that was a good laugh. Like I feel like I needed that in my soul.
That was incredible. Yeah, I couldn't laugh hard because I was concerned. I was like, yo, you alright, me? Like, are we? I mean, is it over? Like,
we need I wish there was like surveillance
footage. Oh my god, I
need
wish Jeff was here.
You see, man, if Jeff.
Fuck. I wish Jeff was here.
Jeff should have taken his job with him. He should have taken the set.
Jeff would have been dying.
I blame Houston.
Blame Houston.
Yo, Houston gotta get played for everything. Oh my god, I can't believe after pod, after oh shit.
No.
Yo, your voice hit a different octave. That was the fear in your voice. It was the fear of going down. You knew it was too late. Went from having a good time to not having that good of a time.
He said, oh shit.
Yo, this shit has been...
Yo, the Yankee haters are gonna have a ball with this shit.
Oh yeah, that's gonna go up in the Hall of Fame.
Oh shit! Oh shit! It's Wayne Brady, son.
Yo, Keith, that's one of the funniest lines in comedic history.
For real.
Oh shit! Is Wayne Brady's son.
The levels to it.
No, hold on a second. Let me see.
Like, how do you...
Brady.
Can I?
Wayne Brady is one of the most fun-loving motherfuckers.
He sings on command.
Exactly.
This is a guy that breaks into songs. Oh shit, here he comes.
Oh shit, it's Wayne Brady's.
Gangster.
Let me see something.
Wayne Brady's gonna have to choke a bitch. Well, they said that they had to do so many takes because he didn't feel comfortable. He was not feeling comfortable saying this shit.
But it's
just
the vision.
Chappelle had the vision. He's like, yo, Wayne. He's like, Wayne. Imagine you being like the most hardest motherfucker in the streets.
He's like, yo, you gotta do it.
You gotta do it, B. That shit is crazy.
Hold on.
He had a vision, man, all those years ago.
Oh my god.
Let's make a deal.
Yo, this shit has me in tears.
$500,000 to be the most thuggish motherfucker in the world.
Whose line is it anyway?
Yo, what is the matter with me? Hold on.
You should put like a theme song in the back end.
Hold on. Look at this. After pod. Oh shit!
What were you trying to do? Chicken noodle soup? With the soda?
He was trying to do that. You're a jerk.
You're a jerk. That's what he's going. That's what he's trying to do. You're a jerk. You're a Joe. You're a me.
You're a Joe. Oh shit! What the fuck?
He said, I'm going down.
Holy shit! Damn, I fucking tripped on the chancleta, bro. Like I had one of the.
That's just made of ice. How you tripping?
After pod. Oh shit!
I don't really fuck with the guy, but Lil
Nah,
Baby.
you're bugging. You gotta.
Joe, no!
Like,
You know what it is,
Lil
man?
Baby.
I gotta watch that.
You know what it
Lil
is,
Baby,
man?
Lil Baby is the GOAT right now.
Is
It's,
going on here?
Lonzo Ball said he's the next Wayne. I'm like, come on.
You're a meme now, guys.
Oh, shit. I don't know about being
Real quick. You gotta go back. Like, I
you're
got
a
into
meme
him.
now.
Pause. I
Holy shit!
Little Baby.
Damn, fucking tripped on the chancleta, bro. Like I had one of the.
He was a hustler. He was
This just made of ice. How you tripping?
They heard him
At
rolling
the
around,
pod,
rolling around like
at the
Migos out
pod,
there, and
at
then
the
they pushed him to
pod,
do it.
at
And now
the-
he's like
oh,
to it, like he's been snapping. He's got tracks now, yo. He's
Yeah,
got hella tracks
Doug-
now, and
Doug
you
was the
listen
one-
to the way he speaks, like yo, like the way he's rapping on beats. Nobody is rapping like him on the beat, yo.
Nah,
He's
Doug.
fire.
Doug was the one. Doug was the one. Like, yo, you should rap.
Yeah.
He's like, you should rap. And see, I see Thug, maybe not as the same run as Wayne, but I see Thug like he basically breathed a generation of new little rappers and shit like
Doug
that.
loves
Like, new
Wayne.
guys.
He
Because Thug was the one. Yeah, he was a huge fan
Yeah.
of Wayne. Obviously,
wanted to
he
be
was in
signed
it
to
with
Young
Birdman.
Money.
Exactly, and he said it. He said it like I think in school he was like he wrote. He's like I'm gonna be one of the biggest rappers or whatever. And I used to clown Thug a lot because of the way that he is. Like yo, he's different. Like like putting on dresses and shit like that. Like he's just, and I couldn't understand what the fuck he was saying. Like what are you saying? Like, I don't understand. I can't listen to a song that I don't get what you're saying. Like I need to know the message. Yeah, like what? Like it's like, bro, like why you sound like Timmy? Like you sound like Timmy from South Park.
It's my lifestyle.
But the thing is, the beat is fire, and that's but now
Rich homie Quan.
Yeah, Rich Homie Quan, right? But like
Rich
with Lil
Gang.
Baby, like it's like I actually understand what the fuck you're saying. Like I hear your message, and you're not just talking about cars. You're not just talking about which that's cool in its own time, but now you're putting out a message there. You know what I mean? You're letting the world know that you're conscious of what's going on, and that's awesome, especially coming from a Lil. You know what I mean? Because these Lils,
Right. It's different.
they all on some other shit.
Too many lows.
Exactly. Too many Lils, man.
Lil Nas X, drop your Black Lives Matter song.
I really don't understand how. I really honestly don't understand how 6ix9ine does these numbers. I don't know.
Oh, a lot of them faking their streams.
Probably.
Wait, hold on, guys.
I don't
believe shit from 6ix9ine.
I just don't get it, bro.
Faking
I
them
don't
streams,
get it.
bro. How did him and Nicki like? Nah, no, I'm not that dumb. Like, and I do know there are children that love colorful trolls like Nicki Minaj and 6ix9ine, but for the millions of numbers that I don't know, I don't see it. I think it's fake. I think the fix is in, and we'll never be able to really know what is what from Spotify listens, Apple Music listens, YouTube views. Like, we just got to take people's word for it. Like, I don't know, the streets are talking. Nobody in the streets is bumping 6ix9ine like that. And even that little gimmick
That's what I'm saying.
he came out with, like people probably played that for like a day or two because there was a little bit of hype around it. But now, like, in this climate, 6ix9ine can't survive. It's too real out here. And in New York, the sound in New York, everybody hears the same sound in New York. It's Pop Smoke, and it's that dark sound that like Fabio Foreign got, Lil TJ got.
I really like Polo G. I'm gonna be very honest with you.
Polo G is coming out of Chicago.
I really
and
like Polo G.
His tape, The GOAT, slides from start to finish. And that's what the drill music in Chicago is starting to sound like more. But there's a distinct, dark, grimy sound that New York hip hop has right now. French is on a track that sounds like that. I want to say it came from the UK, but New York, the sound of New York hip hop right now is not what 6ix9ine is doing. It's more of the Pop Smoke, Lil TJ.
And I don't know. I just feel like like 6ix9ine may be good for like another kind of like his energy may be good for like another kind of time. It's just right now, like I don't want to fucking hear like this is what you're talking about. Oh, I'm the best in New York. It's like I don't give a shit right now, bro. I just don't give a shit. I don't care.
Like I'm not buying it right now. It's too real out here. People are getting hit with
fuck with
rubber
Polo
bullets
G.
in the street. Actually, people are getting hit with real bullets in the street.
I'm gonna be honest. I want to hear right now in the mood that I'm in. I want to hear some real shit. I want to hear some J. Cole. I want to hear some like that's the kind of music I want to listen to. I want to listen to some
Run that J Electronica album now. The J Electronica album that he dropped in what was it? April? No, he dropped the J Electronica album. Maybe he dropped it in April, but it hits different now in this climate. It hits different now in this time. These rappers are gonna start putting out music that fits the time. I mean, it's a weird window. There's no way to really call it. Like I saw, all right, so we got the track from Lil Baby, but I also saw Future was standing on a cop car. Cop car was covered in blood, and I think they're gonna release something from Future this week. Like Future's about to. Honestly, if you listen to March Madness, the lyrics to March Madness, he posted March Madness recently, but the lyrics to March Madness came out in 2016. That was talking about police brutality. Future might have another. I don't know if it's gonna be.
I love
March
that
Madness.
song
That's
too.
hard
I
to
love
do.
March Madness.
But he's got another like conscious song coming out, at least from what the video looked like.
Yeah, it looked like it was regarding the protests and everything that's going on. Hopefully, we can understand them. But you guys were talking about 6ix9ine and how those numbers.
I just don't understand. I think he's either buying views or I don't know what he's doing, but and it's so that he can talk. And then you know what it is? When you buy those kind of views, then people be like, yo, why this shit got so many views? Let me go view it. And then it's kind of like all that. Because he's on his live or some shit like that the other day also telling people, oh, buy the song 4 times. What? I don't ever remember. I don't know. Now, I know I heard, I think it was like, was it, no, not Ariana Grande. What's this girl's name? Like she was trying to tell people to like really go and stream her songs and stuff.
Oh, Selena Gomez.
Selena Gomez. There you go.
Yeah.
They're like, yo, stream my songs because I'm real close and I want, to number 1. Go stream it. You know, I guess I heard that. I never heard somebody saying, yo, go buy my shit 4 times. For why?
Like, I mean, I've heard artists say support. You know what I mean? Support the track or whatever, but not like go that deep. These new guys, man, these new cats. That's what it is, man. These it's just different. And
but can you?
Guy,
I don't know.
Like, what are your thoughts with Nicki Minaj and Akon doing a song with this dude and justifying it, basically?
I'm not. There's no way anybody could ever tell me anything about canceling Akon. You can't cancel Akon. I'm sorry, you just can't. He's done too much for me. Like not only in that, just socially as well. Like stuff that he's done, like back in Africa, and I there's no way anybody could tell me cancel Akon. You just can't.
Money,
right?
You just got to put a different set of glasses on and see it through a different lens. It's about money. It's not about anything else than that. It's business.
Yeah, it's business. You know, he has his priorities. I know what his priorities are and all of this stuff.
I just
Locked
Up
is a classic.
Yeah.
Locked Up is a classic, right? But
Right.
I want to say that it's also deeper than business for someone like Akon because I think Tory Lanez was trying to get the Locked Up, get the beat or the instrumental or some parts of it cleared.
Yeah.
And Akon wouldn't clear it for him. So Akon clearly wants the money from it, and 2 wants that kind of business with 6ix9ine. I don't know. I don't care about it. It really doesn't matter.
I wonder what Styles P feels about that.
Styles P spoke on it. Like, look at Styles P be on Twitter, and he said he can't speak for Akon. He doesn't keep in touch with Akon. They don't talk like that. And he even said something along the lines of like, he's all about his juice bar. He wants people to eat right, get their immune systems together.
Right.
He sends that message. He also said like, he got blackballed for the song "I'm Black."
Mm-hmm.
But y'all are like, now look at the times we're in. Y'all gonna accept this sucker shit from 6ix9ine? Like,
my whole thing with the song is, and I forgot the name of this cat. He's on Instagram. He's with Barstool as well.
Gilly?
But Gilly, yeah. Gilly was like, the song says, I'm locked up, they won't let me out. You got out because you snitched. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
like,
we don't want to hear about your experience.
Because my whole thing is, how you gonna affiliate that classic with somebody who basically, you know what I mean? Like, you could have done any other song.
500,000.
Akon could drop hits. You know, Akon has hits. You know what I mean? We know
Akon's
T-Pain.
out
We
of
know
the
Lady
game.
Gaga. Yeah, we know T-Pain. We know who Lady Gaga is and T-Pain because of Akon, right? So like Akon is good, but it's just good. Oh, Sansa, come here. Say hi to the people. Say hi to the
Dropping
people.
bottles and models and
Say
just
hi.
watching them.
After pod. She's like, yo, I can get on now?
Yeah, she's a little hyper one. She just turned one last month.
Nice.
Sansa. No, but yeah, man, like I wouldn't affiliate a classic. You could have done a dance song. You could have done so many things, but it's whatever. Yeah. All right, my man.
Yeah, I mean,
and Nicki Minaj, that one kind of surprised me, but then again, it didn't surprise me.
Yeah, I whatever. I'd rather just listen to, and I listened to the song because I wanted to. I hate doing stuff like passing judgment on stuff without actually, listening to it, right? But
The thing is that the song is the beat is fucking smooth. Like
it is.
Motherfuckers were blasted. You know what I mean? And I heard it, and I my whole thing is, you already let us know that you snitch, but then now you want to bring in Meek Mill, now you want to bring in Snoop Dogg, and I know they said something, but you want to bring in Future, you want to bring in all these guys and say, oh, this guy's snitch, and this guy is like, all right, fam, like, okay, we got it. Move on, just drop your hits.
He's trying to say it's okay to do it because I guess I don't know.
Streets is done.
Yeah, the streets been done, man.
Streets is done.
I can't.
So I'm about
I
to
don't
roll.
know.
I gotta eat dinner. You might be able to hear my.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah, I'm gonna go eat real quick.
Yeah.
Good episode for Chris to bow out for his IL stint on.
Mm-hmm.
We touched on a lot. We'll clip this up during the week and put parts out. You already retweeted.
I gotta see.
Yeah, I'm going down.
You'll see the news in Roto World. You'll see the news in Roto World and ESPN. Chris McFly out for 6 months.
I gotta see how I'm gonna do this in terms of this podcast.
Very creative with all that shit.
I gotta edit like a whole bunch of shit out and figure it out. I'm gonna see what I would do.
All right, fellas, I'm out of here.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for the for whoever donated in the chat as well. Appreciate you guys, and appreciate all the voicemails and for the people that hung on. Sorry, what the hell? That's not English. Joe, do you English? Hung on for the afterpod. But thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys later. All right, deuces.
Thank you guys. Peace out. Good night.